What's going on, Landy boy?
Not much. What's up with you, Tommy boy?
Oh, here filming a historic episode 30.
And 30. That's shout out Steph Curry. All my ninjas balling like Curry. If you know, you know.
Yeah, damn, I haven't heard that sound since probably the Vine era. That's so old.
We have now eclipsed, but after this episode, way over 90 hours of total showtime.
Probably 100. Honestly, we had some long
Yeah,
ones.
honestly. With the 5 hour special and all the half hour and hour over we
Uh, uh,
usually go. Hey, 30, that's huge.
yeah, dude, I like how that 5 hour special wasn't planned at all, and we didn't even realize we'd gone that long. We were just sitting here talking, and eventually
No.
we're like, "How long have we been doing this?" I checked. I'm like, "Oh, it's like 1 in the morning."
We had we talked. I remember about making like a two-parter, but I'm like, you really want to go another hour and have two different 3 hour parts to
Yeah,
edit?
yeah,
So
I
we're
did
like,
bring that up.
bro, so yeah, 5 hours though. In one episode was crazy.
Yeah,
I
probably
don't know.
never
I don't
doing
know
that
when what
again.
number that was, but I don't know what number that was. Maybe for like episode 100 or something,
Yeah,
we'll do a special. But 3 hours, 3.5 hours maybe is probably the standard.
I just realized I'm a little retarded. I mean, I've always realized that, but I realized it a little more because I was
Yeah.
gonna say for episode 24 we should do a 24-hour episode. That was 6 episodes ago.
What would we even do for a 24-hour episode?
Well, I'd probably sleep for half of it.
Yeah,
I don't know what
good
we do
point.
for the other half. Just film the equivalent to 4 episodes.
Yeah, I guess. Would it be possible to like hook a PlayStation up to this, Intel Pentium and broadcast from there?
No, I think your
I was
Intel
about to say,
Pentium would
yeah.
catch on fire.
I mean, Intel Pentium, I hate it, man, but it's what I got. You know what? I'm
Yeah,
rolling with it.
the Intel in 2003 making the worst CPU known to man.
And they've not upgraded it since 2003.
No, they have actually. Well, they sort of downgraded it in a sense. So, like the very first Pentium was I think a 1.3 gigahertz. Then it went up to
Wow.
1.6, and at some point they had a couple options that went up to 2 and 2.4 gigahertz, and those are okay. I think they're still two cores, so they're not good CPUs, but like for like $40, hey, they get the job done. But then, like all the recent generations, they brought back down to 1.6. They're all 1.6 megahertz, and it's like you're just printing 2005 chips again. Why?
I mean, I'm sure all five people in the world who use an Intel Pentium are eating it up. I'm one of those five people.
It's a bigger market than you'd think. A lot of like really basic office computers have Pentiums because it's cheap.
Oh, so all 15 people in the world who willingly use an Intel Pentium, I'm sure are
Yeah, and
in love with it. I'm not in love with, you know what I mean.
yeah, and and however many tens of thousands are forced to use it in schools and libraries. Yeah, shout out to those guys having to deal with Pentiums.
I have not. I want to say like in Sevier County, at least where I graduated. The district. Not I didn't graduate from Sevier County High School. But you know what I mean. The district I graduated from. We were allowed to keep our senior year Chromebooks. We use the same Chromebook for like 3 years. We were allowed to keep it
Yeah,
after we graduate.
really.
So I got to take so I got to take my school issued Chromebook home with me. After I took it home, all the restrictions and stuff were took off. I've not opened it since probably a month or two after my senior year because it's awful. It's awful. I had to do all my work on that thing for 3 years, and I don't know
Yeah.
how I survived.
I have my old high school Chromebook too. Not because we were supposed to take it, but because uh, my what year was it? It was my senior year. I had to make sure was cut off by the pandemic. All right, so I didn't have a senior year, and so it was like 3 weeks into my senior year. They're like, all right, there's this virus we're not too sure about it, but it seems like a big deal, so we're just gonna close school. We'll let you guys know. That alright? That was in like September. That was like 3 months before they announced it. And so they just gave us all Chromebooks. And well, of course, as soon as I heard that I was no longer being legally mandated to go to school, which, by the way, I was planning to drop out the day I turned 18 in September anyways, so I wasn't gonna stay there regardless. But they're like, so we got a Chromebook and a bag full of books for each of you. Just take it, go home, whatever. I still got that bitch. And up until I'd say like a month and a half ago, it was still logged into the school account. And maybe like once a year, I'd like go on there and just like look over all my old schoolwork, all my old projects, And then I realized they're all dog shit. And I don't care about them. Like genuinely, the only thing that I thought was like worthwhile in any project I ever did is when I'd make a slideshow. Sorry, I'm gonna move my camera a little bit. Okay. When I was making a slideshow, the only thing I would ever contribute to it, if it wasn't, or if it was a group project, or even if it wasn't, would just be a picture of Nicolas Cage's face as soon as it opened up. It was the same picture every time. So you'd open slideshow and it'd be like 300 pages of Nicolas Cage's face, and I was like, I still think that's funny, but I don't care what's in a single one of these, and I signed out after that. And then there's some combination of buttons you can hold to put it in like dev mode, and then you can download Chrome OS and basically refresh the whole thing. So that's what I did, and I just use it as like a little YouTube browser sometimes.
They deleted, I think it's like maybe a month even after you graduate. They just delete your account here from Sevier County's, school system. So I wanted to go in one day and check my old projects, just browse down memory lane, see the slideshows. Because I put effort into my slideshows, whether it was a group or a solo. Because I was a tryhard. I wanted to get the best good web points possible. I made some bangers in there. I made some great, Google Docs, funny stuff. It's all gone.
Wow.
Like there was a project I did in my 10th grade year, I think, in our government government and civics class. It's government and civics. You have to make like a whole menu, like like a fake restaurant menu, and theme around like historical and political things. You need like 5 appetizers, I think it was 5 to 10 entrees, desserts and drinks. And they all had to be like political themed somehow, and I had to add a description that ties it back. I made some absolute like insanely like funny things in there. Like one of the desserts I made for it was a Seward's icebox pie. All right. Okay. Seward's icebox is what they called Alaska when they were thinking about buying it at first, because some guy named Seward was the one who wanted to name it that. Seward's icebox pie, I believe, is a real type of pie. Seward's icebox pie.
I'm gonna check because it could be.
And 10th grade Landon was a genius. Okay, like I'm pretty sure Seward's icebox was they called Alaska. Yeah, derogatory nickname given to the person of Alaska. Look up icebox pie.
Yeah, I looked up an icebox pie. It's a no-bake pie.
And it looks delicious, let me say.
It does, yeah.
I had one of the appetizers I had was Jimmy Carter's peanuts. It's just like a bucket of peanuts like you get from like Texas Roadhouse or something.
Hell yeah.
I had the Nixon nachos. I just put Nixon nachos on there. I mean, because it alliterated and it sounded funny. On the desserts, I had blueberry and raspberry cookies representing political party colors.
Okay, yeah.
On one of the drinks on there, by the way, I made was unsweet tea. And I had sweet tea, so I said sweet tea, a classic Southern favorite. We were learning about like the South around that time, and I put unsweet tea. I said, as a description for unsweet tea, I said, if you order this, you'll be kicked out. And my teacher was talking to me about it, and she's like, Anthony, I love your project. I love your menu. It's really really awesome. It's funny. But let me just say, I drink unsweet tea. That's the only thing I don't like. She said, I'll order unsweet tea, and I'll put like sweet and low or stevia or something in it.
Damn.
And what's the point? What's the
Roasted the
point?
teacher.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that same teacher, by the way, government and civics teacher, she knows like all the stuff about voting and government and like laws and the Constitution and all that. She basically admitted to voter fraud to us one time in class. She's like, "Yeah, whenever my son, I'm not gonna say his name on here just because so like you could very easily figure out who I'm talking about by quick searching online. I'm not gonna say the son. I remember the son's name, but I'm not gonna say it. She's like, I would always let my son into the voting booth with me. My husband would take my daughter, and we'd let them pick the button for us to vote. Like we'd tell them this is everybody you need to pick, son. But like we're gonna let you pick it for us, which I don't think is legal.
Oh, well.
Very highly legally questionable.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that because if you're disabled and like you physically can't reach the ballot, you can't have someone enter it for you. But she's not disabled, so but the kid didn't vote for anyone she didn't want to vote for, so it's still her vote. Like the outcome of what she wanted didn't change. I don't. It's not technically voted for.
Yeah, but like
It's like a gray
you're
area.
still bringing
where,
you're still bringing an
Yeah.
extra party into the the voting booth with you, or the whatever.
I feel like at
It seemed
very
very.
most, if that was criminally investigated, it would just like nullify your vote. I don't think they'd really charge
She
you
was a
with
cool.
anything.
She was a cool teacher though. I like that class. I loved all my history teachers I had.
Same.
Ooh, that reminds me. Remember how in the last episode we did a review of every teacher you had?
Yeah. Well, all my high school teachers. Yeah.
So, I figure. Let me find it. I had the thing pulled up last night, just like looking for it. Right, just like doing a little perusing, seeing if I could find it, and I did.
Okay.
I will say the way Seymour does it is weird. Because they have 4 different schools in Seymour. It's a town of 10,000. We have 4 different like Seymour schools. We have the elementary, intermediate, junior high, and high school. Junior high is 7th, 8th, and ninth grade. So ninth grade freshmen are in a building with the 7th and 8th graders, and then you have to go like
What?
up, like slightly above it.
So they have
Just like
sixth
for
grade in
it's kind of a different
elementary.
building. I think 6th grade would be technically the intermediate, because remember there's
What?
primary, intermediate, middle, and high school.
So y'all got
Middle
like
bit
the
of junior
British
high.
system over there?
I have no clue because I was only at Seymour for ninth grade on.
Okay.
I think there's elementary. Yeah, I think it's either elementary or primary. I don't know. I think it's elementary.
I refuse
It's
to call
it's
it
primary.
primary,
It's primary.
just because the British call it that, and it's
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty sure it's called Seymour. I'm pretty sure it's called Seymour Primary. I always call it the elementary school. Then you have middle, junior high, and high school. Anyway, so a lot of the teachers from my ninth grade year won't be on there. I still remember them all.
Okay.
So let's see if I can find Seymour Junior High.
While
I
you're
can find Seymour Junior High.
while you're talking about teachers, I was thinking about some of my middle school teachers, and I can't remember basically any of their names, but I remember. I'm trying to think. I remember 4 teachers from middle school. In 6th grade, geology, I think. Or no, astronomy. 6th grade astronomy. Stars. I had Miss Buchanan. She was a dwarf, but she had a massive head that was like as big as the rest of her body. She was just, but she was really cool. In 6th grade history, we had Mr. Rivera. That dude was fucking awesome. He was jacked, by the way. Like sometimes he'd be like sitting in front of the class and he'd just start bouncing his titties up and down. like he had such a big chest that he could literally like bounce them like basketballs. Like dude was ridiculous. 7th grade history, I had Mr. Wesley, and he had been teaching for so long at that point that he had also had my mom as a student. And
Oh.
and the last teacher I remember from middle school was Miss Stock. I think she did English, but I don't remember because for me, that class was phone time.
Well, apparently there is no staff director for the junior high, which kind of sucks for me, but I can tell you. So my very first semester of junior year, not junior, but junior high, you know, ninth grade, so technically first year of high school. At the junior high, for some reason, I had gym class. Was my first period ever in high school. I had wasn't really gym class. It was more so lifetime wellness mixed with the occasional, game played in the gym.
Okay, I was gonna say
So,
phys ed first period is outrageous.
I didn't technically have PE till senior year. We'll get to that. But for me, I had two coaches. I had Coach Manus, who was just like, I don't know what he coached, but he's cool. And I had Coach Birchfield, who was kind of like, is this chick in like her late 20s, early 30s. She was all right. I didn't talk to her much. They're both, all right. They did their jobs. They, it's clear that they'd rather not be teaching a bunch of freshman students the reproductive system, the cardiovascular system, and all that at 8 in the morning. But
about the reproductive system.
Cool. Yeah. And then I went to math with Miss Hutton. No offense to Miss Hutton, she didn't do anything. She she would post videos on the Google Classroom of her filling out the lesson plans for the day or the assignments and her lectures and stuff. She didn't lecture us actually in class. Didn't get up on the whiteboard and write down okay, so this is how you work through this and this and this. Anybody have any questions? I'll take it. No, she would post 15-20 minute videos of her filling out her notes on a piece of paper on the Google Classroom, and then she'd throw us an extra assignment for ourselves to do.
That's such a weird thing to do. She could have just wrote it down, on the computer and posted it.
Third period, my first semester of that year, I had Miss Minus for biology. I absolutely love her. She was an angel. She was an angel. I loved her so much. She was awesome. I'm not exaggerating. She was funny. She would always, she always took questions. She was probably in her mid 50s at this point, late 50s. So she retired, I think, the year my sister started high school. She was awesome. Everybody loved her. She would be joking around with people. She said she was quite a gamer herself. So she was talking with this kid in my class one day about their favorite game. She's like, yeah, so I've played a little bit of, recently, I played a lot of Half-Life. She said her favorite game was Half-Life.
Dumb teacher.
She was cool. She was awesome. Shout out Miss Minot. I don't know if you're ever going to see this, Miss Minot, but I love you so much. And then I had, I think for fourth period, Miss Warner. Miss Warner, she was a geography teacher. I don't know if I've told you this story, but I got yelled at the very first day of my high school career from Miss Warner. Have you ever told that story on the show? Okay, so, you know how first day of school, all these teachers would be doing stuff icebreakers and stuff, have you filled a paper or play a game, just so everybody gets to know each other, right? So the teacher gets to know you. So, we're doing one in Miss Werner's class. It's called The Real Me. Right, that's what the big title at the top of the paper is, The Real Me. So I'm just sitting at my table. I'm sitting with, I don't remember I'm sitting with, 3 other people. It's groups of 4 at a table. I'm sitting next to this guy named Zach. All right, Zach, he's cool. He left the year after, 9th grade, but he was awesome. He was one of my best friends that year. One of my only, first friends in 9th grade. So, I've been talking to him a little bit. I told him, yeah, man, I'm new here. I don't know anybody. That's how he kind of got to know me. Anyway, as Miss Warner's doing her, rounds around the class, explain the paper, I'd lean over to Zach, really quiet, and I make a joke would the real Slim Shady please stand up? The paper says, The Real Me.
Yeah.
I'd, been getting really into Eminem for the, first, major time around that time. So I'd just say, would the real Slim Shady please stand up? Miss Warner stops. She's, opposite corner of the room. I guess she heard it. Because apparently all teachers have, mega good, hearing. Hear a pin drop on the other side of the school.
Whatever the equivalent to 20/20 vision is for hearing, they got that.
Whatever kind of hearing,
Yeah, 40/40 hearing, that's what I'm calling
dog whatever kind of hearing that dogs have. So she comes over there. She stands over our table, and she's like, You are not Eminem, and you are not going to sing and rap in my class. We all have a filter in our heads, and if you have something you're going to say, it should go thought, 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 filter, and then you don't say it. And she like goes on and on and on. I'm just sitting there like,
So many teachers like that.
oh, okay. And then she just she gets done like yelling at me for like a minute. Mind you, this is my first impression of her because she had hadn't said anything to me before. I was making a joke to a classmate like sitting right beside me, not out loud, right beside me. Anyway, months later at open house, she ends up telling my mom, "Oh, I love having Landon in class. He has a heart of gold." Something happened in the 2 months between my first day and the first parent-teacher conference. It made her just like me.
So while you were saying that, I looked up what the equivalent to 20/20 vision was for hearing. I thought there was going to be some kind of a cool answer. I'm so disappointed. Apparently, in the hearing scale, the equivalent to perfectly fine is normal hearing.
Oh.
I guess your teacher had normal hearing.
So, second semester, though, I had Miss Hutton again for first period this time. To take double algebra. The only year where I took double, classes, 2 semester long, math was my freshman year for whatever reason. I took Hutton again, which means for my entire freshman year, what's supposed to be building up the entirety of my math for high school, I just had to watch like 20-minute long videos of her filling out papers. Again, no offense, Miss Hutton, but your class sucked. And I also had mine again. I had biology for 2 semesters in freshman year.
Real quick.
Not complaining. Not complaining.
We already gave a shout out to Miss Minot. Miss Minot, if you're watching this, please reach out to us. I want to get you on the show just to nerd out about Half-Life with you. That's one of my favorite game series. Please talk to me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I forget what other game she said she liked, but I remember like we were just standing in line getting ready to leave for class one day, and the kid in front of me is like a pretty big gamer or something. They're talking about games like playing. She's like, "Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Half-Life 2 recently." I don't remember what other games, but I vividly remember her saying Half-Life. Anyway, I took her class again that semester. I mean, took it like I'm saying I had a choice, but like I had to take it. Not complaining. Loved her. I also had for history that year. I had I guess it's Coach Lauderdale. Really awesome guy. He's a football coach who's a history teacher. That class is gonna be awesome.
oh yeah.
He's funny. He'd always be making jokes with people. There's one time the kid was saying like he was joking around with like one of the trollmakers in the class. He knew who it was, but he was like a good kid, deep down.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about like projects they're wanting to do, and he's like giving ideas for topics and stuff. And this one kid is like, "Coach Lauderdale, I don't really want to do this." And like 2 minutes later, this man, he's sitting at his desk. He turns the smart board on, calls the kid by name, and says, "Look at the smart board, right?" And he starts playing "Can't Always Get What You Want" by Rolling Stones. He's just like looking at this kid the whole time. Awesome dude. I love you, Coach Lauderdale. If you're seeing this, Coach Lauderdale, I miss your class so much. And then fourth period that year, I had Miss Hauser for reading. She was cool. I'm only doing a deep dive into the freshman year because it's like what really had my first experience. I'm not gonna like say all this about everybody. It would take way too long. We have a lot of show to get to.
I'm trying to think of what my freshman year social studies teacher's name was, and I can't think of it, but I remember. Okay, first of all, everyone made references to this, and he had pictures of it in his room. This guy looked. I'm not even kidding. Like a clone of Hugh Jackman in the Wolverine movies. He looked like Wolverine through and through. Just, yeah, he didn't have the accent, but that dude, for all I care, is Wolverine, And anyways, he was really cool, and he kind of knew that like I wasn't a retard. I just didn't like doing work, and that's why I had a 0 in every class. So like, he would make ways for me to do a different kind of project that I would actually care to do and still get the same amount of points as someone doing a different kind of project. And I remember once was like, uh, I can't even remember what like the main point was because I didn't do it. But I think you had to draw a picture of a city and then you had to write like a detailed description about like a certain point of history, or you had to draw a city at a certain point in history, and then talk about that point in history where that was, right? And I'm like, I ain't doing it. He's like, all right, what are you into? And at the time, I was really only into like two things: Batman and Eminem, right? So I'm like,
Right.
Batman, I guess. He's like, draw me a picture of Gotham City, I'll give you points. I'm like, done deal.
Wow.
I pull my phone out, pull up a picture of Gotham City. I just like hand draw it on like literally a piece of notepad paper, hand it and get points. That dude was awesome.
Real quick, I was going to tell thing else. I want to say, Miss Hauser, really, really cool. She was, chill. She let us act out Romeo and Juliet that year,
Like
and
every
she,
scene.
just like the major ones, like the first scene and then the battle scene or something. I remember there. She said we got to fight with like swords and stuff. I've never read Romeo and Juliet in its full. I don't know if there's like a
Really?
fighting scene or not.
There's a
But I
lot.
remember we got to fight with like plastic swords and shields and stuff in our class. Anyway, we're going around. We only had like 5 or 6 chicks in that class, and none of them wanted to play Juliet.
What?
So me being the new kid, right? Me being the new kid, eager to make like wanted to show off my personality because this was second semester. By this point, I'm warmed up. I know who everybody is. I asked Miss Heather, "Can I be Juliet?" It's like, yeah, sure. Miss Hauser was awesome.
Now
Miss
I'm
Hauser was
glad you
awesome.
didn't act out all the scenes in that movie
Yeah.
or that book,
Uh,
however you want to look at it.
and I remember one of the phrases that they used to describe each other as their hobby horse or whatever. I think it's Romeo calls Juliet his hobby horse. And for the rest of the year,
Yeah.
me and Josh, shout out Josh, by the way. Josh is cool. Me and him knew each other all the way up till senior year. Me and him called each other our hobby horse for the rest of the next 2 years, just like as a joke. Also, Miss Hauser, biggest LeBron glazer in the world. All right,
LeBron.
like she liked basketball. Her favorite player was LeBron James. So like every week,
LeBron
I guess
James.
not every week, but every day. Every day we'd come to class and we'd do like warm ups, whatever. She'd have like sentences up on the whiteboard with like grammatical errors. You had to like go up there and fix it. She'd like let people volunteer to fix it. I remember one day we come in and the first one on the board says the sentence is supposed to read LeBron James is the best basketball player ever, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong. That's the sentence she had wrote out, and it had like grammatical errors like commas or apostrophes in the wrong place and words spelled wrong. I stick my hand up way up high wanting to volunteer to answer it, right?
Mm-hmm.
She picks me. I go up on the board. First thing, I create the entire sentence like normal. Last thing I do, I cross out LeBron James and I write Michael Jordan over top of it. Go back to my seat. She turns around because she wasn't paying attention to it. She turns back around and she reads it and she's like, Landon, I should fail you just for that.
How dare she?
Awesome teacher, though. Awesome teacher. That being said, that's my freshman year. It's time to get into the rest of my high school career.
Hold on, real quick. Michael Jordan would wipe his nuts on LeBron's forehead, dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Anyway, can you see the
I can't.
staff directory now? Okay. So, Miss Toomey, I never had her. She was across the hall from one of my other teachers. We'd all the time be going over there to hang out. We went over to her class one day. I think it was my junior year. She had like a bunch of sharks that I dissect, and she had an extra one. So she comes over to my chemistry teacher at the time's classroom, like, hey, if you're not doing anything, we'll take some of your I'll take some of your well-behaved students, and we'll do like a some of your students who don't have any work, whatever, just to do a little shark dissection. We have an extra. So me and like 4 or 5 others to that class go over and dissect this extra shark. And the one we dissected was pregnant. Which had a couple like little tiny unborn baby sharks in it. We pulling out, and this chick McKinley, who's a year behind us, she's like, we hand it over to her, and she like she's saying like, "Oh, it's so cute, it's tiny," and all that, blah 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 blah. Shout out Miss Toomey, she's awesome. She has a bunch of tattoos. She's all the time, talking about wanting to get more tattoos. She's cool. She's cool. Uh, but I just realized I'm on the last page.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you have
Okay,
five
well,
teachers?
yeah, I'm
The
on
whole
the
school?
second page. I forgot I scrolled through this last night. Mickey Williams also. I had Mr. Williams my 10th grade year. He was the America at War teacher. I took a class called America at War. Really cool class. He was
Okay.
actually in the military. I'm pretty sure he was part of Operation Desert Storm.
Oh,
No, he was
it's one of
in the thick of it, and like,
bad ones.
and he came back. He came to whenever we got up to talking about the war around that time, the war on terror. He brought us like a bunch of artifacts and like pictures and stuff he had from the Middle East.
What was his opinion on all that? Did he really think it was a war on terror, or
He gave us like a complete, like, unbiased, like, here's the facts, here's what we went in and did, here's the people I met, here's the orders we got. He didn't like give us an opinion on it. He's like, I remember him telling us like, like it was like very interesting to see like their way of life and all the people we met there and all that. But he never like told us like, oh yeah, I loved being there, or oh I hated being there, or whatever. He very unbiased. Okay, we'll start off here. Now, I will say some teachers have changed, obviously, since I left. But we'll just talk about the ones I had here. All right. Uh, Miss Brooks, she's cool. She's a librarian. I'm pretty sure that's Aiden's mom that we work with.
hold on really quick? J. Michael Ball, right? I'm just imagining a world where like, you do last, first, and the middle, right? And that J is a Jordan, and it's Michael Ball Jordan.
I hope his middle name is Jordan. Jordan Michael Ball. Anyway, yeah, Miss Brooks, talked to her very much. Like anytime I was in the library, she was always really sweet, really kind. She was awesome, really, really cool. Like you can tell at least she seemed like she really liked what she did. And then I had like Chromebook errors. I'd go in there if I ever had like a free period and I didn't really want to, hang out in the teachers' room, disturb them. I'd always go to the library. They gave me a place to stay for like, if I had a free period or anything for a day. Really cool. I took him 10th grade year for Principles of Engineering and Technology. We barely did anything in that class. He'd give us like a project every week. We had the entire week to do it. Like Mondays, people like, okay, so what you're going to do this week, you're going to design your dream house, and it has to be at least this many feet long, this many feet wide, and have, at least, 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, entertainment space, and basically anything else you want. He's like, listen, here's this free software. It's really simple. You have all week to do it. So, we'd all get our projects done like the first, maybe second day, and we spent the rest of that 90-minute class just playing Among Us or like whatever IO games we could get on the computers at the time, or Tetris or whatever.
Nice.
We barely did anything in the class. He's the girls' soccer coach too. I'm pretty sure he's awesome.
Do you remember
Miss
what
Buffington?
software you used?
I do not.
Oh man, because I was just thinking, you can go on IKEA.com and build a house.
Yeah. Miss Buffington, she was my guidance counselor. She's pretty cool. I only went to her, the guidance counselor like maybe 6 or 7 times my entire high school career.
Any relation?
She's cool. Yeah. Also, the mother of somebody we work with.
Okay,
She's
yeah,
really sweet.
Yeah, thought so.
Shout out Ty and Lindsay. Ty was really always like hanging around me and talking to sports about me. He's really cool. Ty does all the broadcasting for Seymour Sports, like commentating and all that. He's awesome.
I didn't know that.
And Lindsay
That's
knows,
cool.
yeah, and then Lindsay's pretty nice too.
Honestly,
not
I
talk
would
to
take
her
Ty
as much.
WWE.
I would
I feel like
too if we had an extra ticket.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would
take
say
it
like
next
I would
time.
hold up a sign that says, "Let my friend on the mic." Just to see what he says.
Dude, Ty is a
he-
WWE announcer? Oh my god.
Um,
There's nothing that man loves
Yeah,
more than talking on mic, I'll tell you.
yeah, he loves like absolutely roasting people on 3-point too. He
Yeah.
did steal my favorite roast. my favorite joke that I made on 3 Point, but it's what it is.
Oh, I made
Hey,
one today on
he can have it
Spectre,
now. It's
so
his. It's his now. It's his. Uh, let me see. Rocky Cawhorn. I had him senior year math. Easy class. Pretty boring class.
mhm.
He's not a very personable type. But, he was funny. He wasn't like very out there, very loud. But he had quite a sense of humor. I remember I got to pull up a movie just to like show you this is real. The very last week of class, he was like everybody he taught was seniors. Seniors get out like a month earlier than everybody else.
Mhm.
I'm not joking. We get out like a month before everybody else.
Yeah, that's normal. We did too.
And
Or we would have, I guess.
okay, so he's turning on movies for us. He's looking through all his movies that we can watch, and I'll give you one guess because you're never gonna get it. I'll give you one guess. What movie do you think this man turns on for us?
Oh God. Okay. See, here's the thing.
Okay. I will say the day before, the 2 days before, we watched Top Gun Maverick, not Top Gun 1. We watched Top
Right,
Gun Maverick.
right.
So the very next day after Top Gun Maverick ends, he turns on another movie for us. Just any movie ever made. I want you to guess.
Okay. See, here's the thing. I don't know all the lore of your high school. I don't know what kind of movies you guys typically play.
We watched Forrest Gump and America at War. So
Okay, throughout elementary, middle, and high school, anytime there was some reason we weren't doing class and we were watching a movie, they wheel in the box TV on the big thing.
mm,
They would either play Shrek 1 or The Water Boy.
ooh,
That was for some reason the only two movies that our district had 1,000,000 copies of. So we just watched those religiously at our school. But I don't think it would be either of those because you're
oh,
talking about completely different movies.
yeah, we're talking about high school seniors. I will say, I don't remember what class it was, but another year we got to watch National Treasure,
Oh,
starring who?
Nicolas Cage. I
Starring
got a
who?
teacher to play that class one time.
Yeah, we watched that. I remember we watched Forrest Gump, my America at War class. We watched a couple other things in different classes. I remember whenever I was on yearbook, the one year I did yearbook in junior year, on Halloween, our teacher or advisor, played whatever the movie is, those three ugly, annoying witches. I didn't pay much attention to it.
I think I know what movie it was.
What movie is it?
So he played Top Gun Maverick, the sequel, not the original, right?
Right.
50 Shades Darker.
I assure you, you will have never heard the movie he's played.
Okay. So it wasn't 50 Shades Darker. Oh, yeah, wait. Oh,
Rest in
two.
Rest in peace, Department 2, Rise of the Dead. He
I've
didn't
seen
play
the first
part one. He didn't play part one.
I didn't
He
know they
played
made a second.
R.I.P.D. 2.
I
He
genuinely
played
didn't know this
R.I.P.D.
came out.
2. Rocky, you're awesome, but what is this? Who are any of these people? How do you
That
follow
is a
up?
no-star cast.
Tom-
What the hell?
This is like a B movie or a C movie.
Dude,
no, this is a Z movie.
Richard Brake looks like an off-brand Nicolas Cage. He looks like if Nicolas Cage did crack. Yeah, that's
27% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Hold on, really quick. I want you to look up the Rotten Tomatoes score for... Oh god, I gotta remember the name of it. The Rise of the Black Bat. It's a fake Batman movie.
What?
Yeah, I want... Because it's like 3%. It's like one of the lowest things on Rotten Tomatoes.
After the what?
Black Bat. It's a fake Batman movie. I can't take
awful.
this movie seriously. I tried watching it once. I couldn't get through it. It's so unserious. I just see pictures of it, and it's ridiculous. I want to watch this full movie at some point, though. You know what? We should do a watch along of this, like a live stream.
Reminds me of
Bible
this.
Holy shit! I'm gonna have to watch this. It's on Amazon? Hell yeah! I'm totally watching Bible Man.
Uh, I don't remember how I just like randomly remembered that existing, but yeah. Uh, Michael Clabo. I had Mr. Clabo for junior year English. He's cool. He always talked about his son, uh, bowled for Sevier County High School. He's cool. Claypool's awesome. I actually ran into him. Me and Beanie did. We were at the Sevier County Community Center where they had the bowling alley. We
Mm-hmm.
were going bowling one day, and we'd run into none other than Mr. Claybo.
Wow.
Now, remember how I said that Miss Minot was an absolute angel?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Clark is even more of an angel. Miss Clark, like, I'm going to say it right now, my favorite teacher that I ever had through all of high school and quite possibly all of school ever. Miss Clark was awesome. My 10th grade English teacher, she genuinely, like, she cared about every student. Doesn't matter if they were, demon spawns typically, like, if they went to her class, like, they were, like, very respectful, very, she just, everybody loved her. She loved everybody. She'd always listen to me complain about my math teacher I had that year. We'll get to that. Uh, Incredible teacher. I mean, like, Miss Clark is literally the way that every teacher should go about her job. All right. Oh, he's the band director. I took him junior year for history of music.
Oh.
Everyone needed like a fine arts credit. That's like the only appealing one. Like, we all go into the band room. We didn't even have tables. We would just like sit in the band room. He had like chairs aligned facing his little tiny desk at the back of the room, and we just go in that class, listen to music, talk about music. He sometimes asked us to make presentations about our favorite songs and stuff. There's one week we go in there. He's like, "I don't have anything planned, so like everybody, you're just allowed to record a podcast episode about whatever you want. It has to be at least 20 minutes long." So me and a couple of my buddies just we go to the back room in the back, and we do a 20 or 30 minute video talking about college sports.
Do you have that video?
Oh hell. No, we had to turn it in. It was like linked to our school account. Yeah. Anyway,
I was gonna say, that'd be so awesome for us
also,
both to post our first podcast before this one.
oh man,
'Cause we've
also
both
that
technically
class.
done episode one.
I show up on one of the last days of school. This is my junior year. Junior year. I show up on one of the last few days of school. Purely, I show up to school that day just to take his final exam. I, wait first period. No, don't have anything to do. I go into second period where his class is. There, I'm like, you know, I'm like waiting on it. He comes in there. He's like, "Oh, Landon, funny story. I don't actually have a final exam. I didn't have time to make one. So like everybody's just gonna pass."
Wild.
But Mr. Cole's awesome. Really, really funny story. The neighbors that used to live across from me, I don't remember their names, but the neighbors that used to live directly across from me moved out months ago. They got divorced. And come to find out, the woman, the wife of that divorce, was sleeping with him.
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure I can air that out now. I'm
Wow.
pretty sure I can air that out now. No offense to Mr. Cole, I loved you, but I have to air out your dirty laundry.
Did I don't know why this reminded me of this. Did I ever tell the story of when my neighbor's daughter died and they got a divorce and then his house burned down because he was letting tweakers stay in it?
No,
Really?
no, I'm
Do you want
I'm
me to
interested
tell
in
it?
hearing about that.
Okay.
Yeah, sure,
I
sure.
can-
We can take a little detour for a
I
minute.
can make it quick. It's pretty quick. Oh man, was I even in school? Yeah, I had to be. I had to have been in kindergarten or first grade, so I was 6 or 7 at the time. My neighbor, I'm trying to think what his name was. I think it was Diego. Diego Senior and Junior, his son. I was friends with him. I think he was a year older than me. Well, he had a sister that at this point was 2, and
Ooh.
I don't remember what time of the year this was or anything, but I remember somehow that 2-year-old girl had gotten out of the house in like the middle of the night while everyone was sleeping, hopped in the neighbor's pool and just died, just straight up
Oh.
drowned to death. Yeah, and I remember waking up the next day because I guess they had saw a dead kid in their pool and like called the cops.
Yeah.
So like there was a bunch of like fire trucks and ambulances and stuff outside, and like all my neighbors were pouring out of their houses. And I know you weren't a kid in the 2000s, so you'll never know what this is like, but in the 2000s, before smartphones were a thing, there was a sense of community with your neighbors. You knew everyone that lived around you, first and last name, and you could generally just walk into your neighbor's house and start talking to them, and it'd be casual sort of thing. Like that's how a lot of me and my neighbors were. Like I was friends with some of my neighbors, and we literally just walk into each other's houses. Like, my friend Casey, lives up in Wisconsin. He has never locked his house once in like the 20 years he's owned that house. You can just go in. He like even if he's not there, it's fine. Whatever. Anyways, so I saw like all of my neighbors like out in the streets hugging each other, crying, and I didn't know what happened because I wasn't old enough to like get like the context behind this stuff. I was just like, I guess something's going on today, and then my parents brought it up to me and they're like, yeah, she died. And then the next day they were like arguing, fighting in the street, and the wife just grabbed little Diego, hopped in the van, and sped off. And I was like, there goes one of my friends. That sucks. And then I guess Diego. I don't actually. Now that I think about it, I don't think his name's Diego. I think it's something else, but that's the closest I can come to. Anyway, so Diego.
Pulled a Walter White.
What?
She pulled a Walter White, just like speeding off with the child.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought you were saying because I forgot his name, and I was like, when does he ever forget a name? Yeah, I get it though.
Oh no.
But yeah, so Diego Senior, I guess, got very depressed. Quite literally lost one kid, now doesn't have custody of the other, and lost his wife. Like all in the span of like 2 days, right? Probably the hardest thing a person could go through, next to like, what Chris Benoit did.
I was gonna say like like losing a child at all is gonna be tough, but like losing both of them in different ways,
Yeah.
obviously,
And
your wife,
I don't know what was going on in his personal life, but I think he may have like quit his job or got fired or something because his car eventually just like stayed parked in the driveway forever, and a bunch of tweakers started living there, and the place just got just run down. And I don't know if he had like moved out at some point or if he was just staying somewhere else. Or I don't know what was going on with him, but he wasn't staying around there for a while. But he still owned the place and was still letting the tweakers stay there because they were paying him. And I definitely told the story on here, not in this much detail though. Now that I'm thinking about it, but I remember I was sitting in my living room one day. This was right after my parents had got divorced, and I don't remember if I was playing video games or was watching TV. I was probably playing video games. It was about the time I got into them, and I just hear my dad yelling from outside, "The house is on fire! Get out here!" Right? I'm thinking he's talking about our house, so I in like shorts, no shirt, no socks, while it's like 30 degrees out, or not 30, it's like 50 degrees outside, like sprint outside thinking our house is burning down. Only to see my neighbor's house burning down. And
Ooh.
yeah, and the fire department showed up and they're like, we're just gonna let it burn. So we just sat there and watched this thing literally just go up in flames, tumble down, and then when it was just a big smoldering pile of shit, they put some water on it.
Why did they let it burn?
There's a very, very good chance that perhaps they knew the kind of people that were staying there, and it was better to just get rid of all of it.
Okay. I'm assuming nobody was inside when it happened.
I have no idea.
Now that's...
But I do remember the next day, I was outside. I don't remember what. I think honestly I might have been walking like to my dad's. I think he had a Jeep at the time. Yeah, I think he still had it. I think he was like going to drop me off at my mom's or something. I was just walking out onto the deck, and I look over, and I see Diego or whatever the fuck his name is, just sitting in his car crying in front of the embers that were his house. And I'm like, God, this guy actually lost everything. Like that was one of the first like humanizing moments for me as a kid. Like I saw that guy cry and I was like, he literally lost everything. He is at zero right now. That sucks.
I remember, I don't know how old I would have been, probably like 7 or 8. When we're living still in Kentucky, right? We live up at this like top of this like very big hill, like very small neighborhood at the time we moved there. It grew really big. There were like a few houses up there, but it's like really close to an airport. Anyway, I remember 7 or 8 year old me. I wake up one night, middle of the night, go to the bathroom. I come back. I have my curtain open, blinds up, all that time. I look out my window. Didn't notice it when I first woke up, to use the bathroom. But I come back and I just see a neighbor's house on fire, probably like 800,000 feet away,
Oh,
like on fire. So my parents, like really, really like deep sleep. I run to the other side of the house. I'm like, hey, y'all might want to see this. The neighbor's house is on fire. They come over back to my room because I had the best view of it, and we just like stand there in my room for like, a solid 15, 20 minutes, just like watching the neighbor's house burn. No fire trucks showing up or nothing.
wow.
Still don't know how it happened.
Yeah, this one was literally across the street. Like it was crazy.
I mean, like if my house is like old house where I used to live in Kentucky was like right here, then about like 800 feet this way probably is where the neighbor's house that was burned down was at.
Hmm.
Anyway, on a positive note, get back to this. Miss Cruz, I had her for personal finance and economics my senior year. She's she's all right. She always talks real quiet. She always had country music radio playing in her class, except for maybe like one day every 2 months. She had like classic rock station on, but for the better part of that first semester of first semester of my senior year, I was just listening to really crappy country music radio every single morning for an hour and a half.
Hmm.
Let me see. Hmm. Greg Haggard, he's the principal. He's funny. He's a very interesting fellow. He's Mr. Haggard. He's he's cool. Uh,
I got
okay,
a
here we go.
question.
Carl,
I got a question. I noticed a lot of teachers have CTE in front of their name. The only kind of CTE
hmm,
I know is the kind I got. What is that?
I have no clue.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's like smart people, then I definitely wouldn't know. But Charlie Householder, remember the teacher I told you earlier that let us dissect sharks? Her room was right across the hall from Mr. Householder. Nobody called him Mr. Householder. Everybody called him Charlie. Everybody called him Charlie. He was incredible. He's just
Okay.
this like happy older dude. He at one point got told he could retire, because he's in his 60s, I think. He was like, "No, I don't want to retire. I want to keep doing this." Like he's doing it for the love of teaching. He's an awesome teacher. I don't know if I've ever told this story. We were learning about the periodic table, and he just like gets him in front of the class. He's giving his lecture about like the basic elements. He's like, carbon is the biggest slut on the periodic table. All right, kids, it will bond with anything. He lets watch March Madness games in class whenever they were going on that year. The college basketball championship tournament.
Mm-hmm.
He let us watch those in class every day they were going on. Uh, he always lets like do like fun experience, like let's burn things. Like we did like burning like little tiny strips of metal and like turning to
Yeah,
plasma
I did
pretty
that
much for like.
in sixth grade.
He We had like these little like metal. I don't remember what element they were, but these like little tiny metal cube things. Whenever they put them in water, they explode. So he'd wrap it up in a piece of
Uh,
paper,
that's
set
either
it
sodium
in
or
like a giant
potassium.
double. Yeah, probably something like that. Let it like he stuck it down like a bunch of pieces of paper, stuck on a piece of a giant tub of water, let it float, and like 30 seconds later, it just exploded, and then left it left ashes and char on the styrofoam ceiling tiles for forever after that. I assume. Did
Okay, that's
elephant
probably
toothpaste
sodium.
in that class. We changed the color of flames, I
Oh,
think, a couple
that could be
times.
lithium action. Yeah.
Awesome teacher. Were you gonna say something?
Well, I was thinking. You said it left like smoke on the ceiling, so I was thinking that
Yeah, like he looks like black mark.
that actually probably could have been lithium then, because lithium makes a lot of smoke when you throw it in water. Unlike, I mean, sodium does, but it doesn't really stick to anything because I believe it makes hydrogen gas, or like
I might have the
I don't know.
video somewhere.
Yeah,
I might have the video somewhere
yeah. It's like
still.
sodium, potassium, and lithium are like the three main metals that explode in water.
Uh,
Potassium's a bit
yeah, I'm.
violent. It's kind of like fiery though. It doesn't make that much smoke. It just burns really hot. Sodium makes little poofs, but it doesn't stick to anything. But I mean, lithium makes some scary puffs. But it also makes like really cool like deep red flames that are pretty cool to look at. I like exploding lithium. Yeah, actually, fun fact. If you take a non-rechargeable AA, I'm not gonna do it now, but you peel the foil off it, and then you very very carefully with like an X-Acto knife or no, not an X-Acto knife. You need something serrated because you're cutting through it. There's like a which side is it on? This one's on the negative side. Sometimes on the other side, but there's like a little rib right here. You cut through that rib, right? And as long as you cut through that part, the battery isn't really at risk of exploding. I mean, it kind of is, but whatever. And then you just tap it a little bit, and this big chunk of like black shit will fall out. Basically, just unroll that, scrape all the black shit off, and you're gonna have this like tarnished leather, or sorry, not leather, metal strip. That's lithium. Go throw it in some water, see what happens.
I don't know how good y'all be able to see this. I wait. If I were to send this to you, do you think you could like edit it in?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me. Uh, I don't have to like scroll all the way back to 2022 to send it to you, but it's
Let me get a
in January
timestamp real quick.
2022. He showed us how to blow something up in a safe way. Okay, while that's downloading, I'll tell y'all. Probably though.
Okay.
Anyway, so
I got it.
I'll go that in a moment. Taking a peek on what we're doing here. Logan Jenkins, which essentially does PE. So I had him my senior year PE. He's just like short little dude. He played college baseball for Maryville. Actually, he's awesome.
Whoa,
Really funny,
whoa.
really cool.
Did you just call it
He
Maryville?
yeah, Maryville.
This is Murville.
It's Maryville.
This is it's a U
It's
with
Maryville.
Murville. Anyways.
Well, okay. I might just have to send it to you like this. Uh, hey, Mr. Johnston. I had him for American President when I was in 10th, I think. I also was his TA the very last period of my senior year. Like I'm talking like second semester, senior year, fourth block, the last class of the day. I was his TA, which means I didn't do basically anything in that class. I just sent you the I was sending right now. But yeah, he's awesome. He's the one who lets us watch National Treasure. Cool. He's a very good teacher. I mean, he's Johnston. That's the only way you can describe him. Kelly McNamara, she's cool. She's one of the social studies teachers I had. All McNamara, her husband, was the other gym teacher. He's this Scottish dude.
Bro,
And he has like a very thick Scottish accent.
in Fallout New Vegas, you find there's this little like clan from the Brotherhood of Steel that kind of got separated and are lost in the Mojave, and their leader is Elder McNarama.
This is McNamara.
Or yeah, whatever it is.
Okay, remember I told you Miss Clark had always listened to me rant about my math teacher I had in 10th grade?
Mm-hmm.
Miss McNeely is that teacher. Have I ever told you the story about the math teacher who tried to sleep with students show before and kicked out
I
her
know
daughter
you
being in the house because she
mentioned it.
spit?
I don't think you ever went into detail.
She always flirted with the athletes I had in that class. She straight up during the 2020 election, like, told us, like, "Oh yeah, I'm voting for whoever." I'm not going to reveal her political beliefs on the show because even I have
Who?
morals. She'd be talking about she'd be talking about politics in class
Who'd you vote
with
for?
her students
I
and
want to know.
stuff. Huh?
Who'd you vote for?
She voted for the Trumpster. She voted for
Okay.
Dawn, and she'd just be talking about her political beliefs in class like it was nothing. How she'd always be flirting with the athletic students. Like, apparently years ago, tried to sleep with some of her male students. Pretty sure she kicked out her daughter. She suspected she was, into other girls.
Hmm.
I mean, Miss McNeely, she always took time to explain stuff, more than any other math teacher I ever had. But other than that, didn't like the class. By the way, I just now see the video of the I see they're just now sent all the way through. Like, do you want to watch that and just tell me what element it looks like
Gotcha.
based on the explosion? I hope my teacher is in it. I hope he doesn't mind being seen by 12 people on the internet.
Uh, there's a chance I can crop
I'm
it out.
rewatching it right now.
I'll wait till it loads and we'll see what we're working. Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, shout out Charlie. Charlie's awesome. And you see it catches fire and just really quickly explodes. So I guess right about now you can edit it in, let people see it. Moving along.
Oh, fuck.
Miss Newen. Newen, she was my yearbook advisor.
That's definitely sodium.
She's yeah. Miss Newen was my yearbook
Actually,
advisor. She was, she was alright.
That could be NAC, which is a mixture of potassium and sodium. It's even more explosive.
Miss Nichols, I had her for junior year algebra 2. She was like she let's watch I think the World Cup was that year, maybe. Yeah, I think.
Ronaldo.
So I think she lets watch the World Cup that year. I could be getting stuff confused. But I remember I watched a World Cup game in her, classroom. I don't know if it was for her class. We just went in there for whatever reason, but we watched the World Cup in that with her. That's been the only good thing I have from her. Her as a general. I just hated math in general, and I usually would have a hatred for math teachers, but I genuinely want to say I did not have a single good math teacher other than Rocky Cawhorn for the entirety of my senior year. Real quick, I want to tell a story. Me and my buddy Timmy, I knew him since freshman year all the way through senior. We still talk sometimes in Mr. Cawhorn's class. I made a bunch of like Rocky edits, right? Because his name's Rocky. The best one I made was I took his I put his face over like an NBA player, a black NBA player. Rocky, Cawhorn, he's white man. Put this white man's face over the body of a black NBA player dunking over somebody else. Dunking over Timmy. I made one that was Rocky. It's Infinity. It was Infinity War. It was Avengers Infinity War. But it's Rocky in Rocky Infinity or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like every single character in the poster had his face on it. The best one I made though, I took Rocky Balboa, from the movie, the boxer, right? I took a giant picture, printed off. I edited Rocky Cawhorn's face to be over it. Had a couple copies of that. Printed off. Take it into school. I showed it to Timmy. He's like, "Ooh, can you print me off one?" I give him to Timmy. And the last day of senior year, he signs it for us.
Wow.
So Mr. Cawhorn, Rocky Cawhorn signed the picture of Timmy, called it Rocky Balboa.
Nice.
So A fun little story I just remember. I still have it somewhere. I might just show that off sometime. Anyway, I had Miss Schultz. I love Miss Schultz. Okay, she was my Spanish 2 teacher. Spanish 1 teacher, not at Seymour anymore. She was all right.
Spanish too.
Miss Schultz though. Miss Schultz. Yeah, we had to take 2 semesters of foreign language, and I just took Spanish because it's easiest. Miss Schultz, incredible. She loves her job. She said at one point she taught Johnny Knoxville's nephew, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
She would always like come into class. She was always positive, always happy, loved every single student. I mean, I do not have a negative word to say about Miss Schultz. I cannot like. There are 2 teachers all of high school who I cannot say one like well, 2 female teachers I should say through all of high school that I cannot say one negative thing about. It is Miss Clark and Miss Schultz. I love them both.
Mm-hmm.
I love them both like completely. Miss Schultz, shout out you. She's awesome. Then Brandy Stallings, she's assistant principal. She played college basketball for University of Alabama Birmingham, and I think they made it to the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8 of the women's March Madness tournament in like the 2000s or like whatever. She's not very personable at all. I'm pretty sure it was exchanging photos with a minor at some point who was on the basketball team.
Okay.
That's just a rumor I've heard. I just want to say, so I don't get any legal trouble. I just want to say that is a story that I've heard. Is that she was exchanging photos with a minor who was on one of the basketball teams.
I'll just say for
Not gonna say which one, but
for anything
not good.
I've ever accused Ian Shanahan of, I fully believe it because I was there. I witnessed it.
What about Scott Howe?
I did not personally witness him molest a 9-year-old child in a Chuck E. Cheese, but I heard the rumors, through the grapevine.
All right, and then obviously we've already did the second page because it went there for whatever reason first. A couple people missing, obviously, but so yeah, I recognize immediately my Spanish 1 teacher's missing. What's her name? Miss Davis, I think her name was. She's all right. She's cool. She's from Missouri, I think. She's pretty chill. I think that's most of them. I don't know. Miss Coach Branton's not there. I had Coach Branton a couple times. He was all right. I took a couple, Walter State Community College dual credit classes too that were pretty fun. That's pretty much my high school history. No, I don't like. Again, I may have rambled on for way too long.
No, that's totally fine.
Okay, we're already up to 9 o'clock now.
Yeah, not to do a total 180 and transition on topics, but I just realized I got you in big picture. All right, now we're next to each other. Yeah, they were just looking at you for a second. I'm very into fitness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking about something, right? I hit my target weight for cutting, right? I'm down to 220. That's what I wanted to hit. So I was thinking, I'd go up to 250. I see just how motherfucking strong and big I can get, and then I take it down to like 235, 230, something like that. I kind of want to go a little leaner though. I want to hit like 215 now because it's kind of hard to see on camera, but I got a real thick bicep, bicep vein right here, and also just the definition is crazy. It doesn't show across so much on this low quality $20 camera, but
yeah.
I mean, like just the
the
chiseling here and here, like I'm in love with it, and I want to see more of it.
When you see Tommy Boy in person, you see he's like actually like twice as jacked as he looks on camera. Like whenever
Seriously?
me and him linked up to go to whenever me and Tommy Boy linked up to go to AEW back in January, I was astounded. Like body like a Roman, bodybuilder. I'm talking like the Roman statues.
Do you really mean that,
Like
boy?
that. I mean every word I say.
Thank you.
Real quick,
I don't feel
I've
that
already
big
down like a
because I only
one
have
water bottle.
myself to
I
compare
gotta
to,
pee.
but I mean,
I gotta pee, Tommy boy. I will
that's
like
fine.
emergency. I'll be back in a moment.
I cramped both my forearms. That hurt so bad. Ow. Anyways, yeah. You know what? You know what? We're on shirt off. Oh yeah. So, oh no, I hate the way my gut looks. You can't sit down and have abs like it's stuff, But hey, so as far as belly fat goes, not that much, right? This is what I was trying to cut off right here. I'm having a hard time getting this off right here. It's kind of pissing me off, all right? But hey, all right, that's fine. I ain't even pumped up. I'm gonna look fat though, but here's the thing, man. Oh, the ripple. Oh, the ripple. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh. Oh.
Just come back and hear you yell. Oh, we're shirtless now.
Yeah. Oh, you just like teleported into frame. I was like, where, did he pick up his headphone and start talking from the background, and then you appeared in the frame? Yeah, nah. I was showing off.
Yeah, froze for a moment.
Yeah. Dude, why is my left bicep like so lame compared to my right? I hate that. I'm gonna do twice as many curls on my left now, but
Like it or not, ladies, this is the peak male physique, and you're gonna love it.
this is a pretty damn good physique. Anyways, I'll put the shirt back on now. We should do an episode of this show completely naked. I mean, not showing anything, like still typical camera angles.
I don't think y'all people would want to see the absolute, like, I got nothing going on. I'm flashing y'all. I got nothing going on below there, alright? I'm not built at all.
Bro, you got cute little nipples, alright?
I'm showing y'all that for free. I'm showing y'all that for free.
Bro, you got some cute nipples, alright? I'd give him a little smooch.
Thank you, boy. Yeah, let's get back in angle.
Yeah.
Back in frame, I should say.
So, have you thought any more about costume ideas for WWE?
I have considered it a little bit.
I want to be Mankind so bad.
I have a perfect idea, though.
Okay.
Oh. We could go with something that was like kind of an iconic rivalry back in the 90s.
Chris Jericho.
Would require us. It could require us both to
Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit.
dye our hair blonde, but
Oh.
that was the 2000s.
Really? Oh yeah, it was. That was TNA, right?
No, that would have been WWE. That would have been WWE. Or we could specifically go as the older versions of them whenever they were making appearances for AEW back in 2023.
Oh man.
Or we could do.
I'd rather do the younger one because I got all the hair and I can definitely do Rick. But
or we could do mildly unwell Steven versus Serpentico. Just a little inside joke. Compares the only can versus mildly.
Steven!
Mildly unwell Steven. I was rewatching the videos I took from that match, and you just hear when Crazy Steve was walking out. You can actually pick up the woman saying, "I love you, Steven!" or whatever it was. I don't know if it's a woman or a kid.
It
sounds like a woman.
Ah, no, that had to be a kid.
Sounds like a woman.
It sounded like a kid to me. It sounded like a little 13-year-old that was just in love with Crazy Steven.
Crazy Steve is something. Yeah, we can do like Sting and Ric Flair. And you could do Triple H and Stone Cold whenever they were going to tag team together for a very brief period. I mean 2-man power trip.
I already got the hair for Triple H. You just got to wear a bald cap.
Only if we can recreate this photo.
I mean, we didn't even got to dress up to do
Well,
that. But
well, you
here's the
had the
thing though.
beard for
Here's the thing though.
Stone Cold.
I got the beard for Triple H. Here's the thing. Neither of these two wrestlers are. How should I say it? I fuck. I'm at a loss for words. Neither of them are. I guess I'll say visually designed enough to be recognizable beyond their face. Like, we don't look like either of them. So if I just go in with a goatee and you have a bald cap, no one's gonna know who we are because they don't have like a specific thing they wear in the ring or like something about them that obviously gives it away. You know.
Well, I give you the Hart Foundation.
I raise you the Dudley twins.
Well, one of them is black.
I thought they were both black.
They're both bald.
Oh.
No. Well, they're not twins. They're not twins. They're just the Dudley boys. Bubba Ray was this, not really pasty, but he's like this, tubby, white dude, and you had Devon, who was the black dude.
Okay. I'm really only familiar with Devon, so. So which one of us is doing blackface in WWE?
Figure you'd be more open to doing blackface.
More comfortable as a racist.
Yeah.
Ooh. Man, that.
Ooh. Only if we fly Boat over to Stacy Keibler. Only if we put Boat in a blonde wig and let him be Stacy Keibler.
What if we go as Steve and the guy that kicked Steve?
What do you mean?
Dude, I can't remember who it was, but there's this semi-famous clip from some match, and these two wrestlers are arguing backstage, and one guy's like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And there's this guy, I think his actual name is Sean, but he went by Steve just for the clip. And the wrestler looks over him and goes, "What's your name?" He's like, "Oh, I'm Steve." And he's like holding a clipboard, and he roundhouse kicks Steve in the head. Stan.
Yeah,
Stan.
Shawn Michaels, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, DX, and they're doing a video, not really video, but like a promo, and it's Stan, and Stan went on to become.
Yeah, Sean Spears. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Shawn Michaels actually, super hit that guy.
Yeah.
At one point in time, he was Dillinger.
I don't know why I just realized these were the same person.
Yeah.
But yeah,
could do.
Yeah, that video of. Is it Triple H kicking him, right? Yeah. He's like, "I just kicked Stan."
Triple H. It's Triple H. I mean, Triple H is with him, but it's Shawn Michaels who super kicks him.
Oh.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels is the one who does the kick. Triple H is his tag team partner. We could do Damien Mizdow and The Miz. I don't know if I've told you this story, but
I'm fairly familiar with The Miz. Not that much Mizdow.
Stardust, I guess.
Yeah.
So, this guy for the longest time went by the name Damien Sandow, right? The tubby one here on the right, the pasty one. And basically what happens is he aligned himself with The Miz. Changed his name to Damien Mizdow. You know how The Miz is like in a bunch of movies and stuff? He's like a, actor?
Yeah.
Well, Damien Mizdow decided to become like, but the joke was he would be the stunt double. So like, I might have told you the story already. If The Miz took like, a back bump in the ring, whatever, and Mizdow was like on the outside of the ring or on the apron or something, Mizdow would just throw himself back and take the bump too. Like he was like doing all the same like moves and stuff, all the big like same bumps and stuff that Miz is taking, just like to himself. So like there's one where like Miz gets like suplexed or whatever, so Mizdow like front flips himself and lands on his back, makes it look like the air suplexed him.
Nice.
Really funny. So I figure like you and me could go in there, we'll just like strategically like have like planned movements and stuff. We both like if one of us gets up to go to the bathroom, we'll stand up, go to the bathroom together, if one of us wants to nachos and Dr Pepper, and the other person has to order nachos and a Dr Pepper.
Imagine we go
Somebody,
to take a piss and
high
such a
five.
sequence. You like unbutton at the same time, unzip at the same time, start and stop pissing at the same time.
If somebody if one of us high fives the fan next to us, the other person has to high five the fan on the same side next to them.
Yeah.
So basically, somebody will just be high five in the air. It's something stupid like that. But he would just like imitate every move the Miz made.
I'm putting that in the list.
Miz and Mizdow.
Mm-hmm.
You could go as the Usos whenever they did the face paint.
No, it's on my other phone. Where's my other? No. God. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the Usos.
We could always do the Lucha Dragons.
Oh, hold on, real quick while we're looking
Sin
at
Cara
luchadors,
and
can I
Kalisto.
just say, I've seen that video of Rey Mysterio taking his mask off a couple times now. It still gets me every time. That guy looks like he's 3.
Other than the 90s.
Yeah, but he looks like an actual child in that video. It's outrageous.
Did I show you the video of a good lucha thing? To quote the great Kalisto.
I'm not familiar with that line.
I swear, I had to show you when he's getting like interviewed after being picked to wrestle on SmackDown. He's like, "I'm here to show the world a good lucha thing." After he just like kept messing up on his. Did I never show you that video?
Oh yeah,
I
think
swear I
you
did.
actually. Yeah.
I swear I did. Okay. Well, the dude here on the right, that's the guy from Good Lucha Thing.
Okay.
And he teamed up with Sin Cara, who was like this other luchador in WWE. His entire time in WWE, he was known for like botching a lot of stuff, like botching his entrance, botching moves, blah blah blah. They were like a really good tag team.
I love when Chris
Surprisingly.
Jericho botches people's names.
Would you want to do Lucha Dragons?
Honestly, yeah, I'll put that in the list.
We'd probably have to get masks and pants for it, but you should have been there for like 2015, 2016 WWE. Was like specifically the 2015 part of that. 2015 WWE, when I first got into it, around 2014, 2015 was, looking back, probably not the best quality, but man, good. I loved it around that time.
You know what I never realized until someone mentioned it to me? Brock Lesnar is in Sharknado, and he F5s a shark at the beginning of the movie.
I thought that was just a commercial.
No, that was in the movie.
Could have sworn that was a commercial for SummerSlam.
They did make a commercial out of that, but they also put a scene like that in the movie. It
looks like just purely a.
Because they made like
it's a SummerSlam. It's a SummerSlam 2003 commercial.
No, I swear to God, there is Brock Lesnar with a shark in a Sharknado movie.
SummerSlam 2003 advert. 2003. SummerSlam.
Okay, no. Dog, I swear it's not this one, because that don't even look like the shark in the movie I was watching. Yeah, I can read. Alright.
Number 3.
Anyways.
Oh, if I just share it. We could do.
I still like.
How obscure? How obscure would you be willing to get?
As obscure as it gets. Hold on. What was the first tag team in Pro Wrestling. Let's go as them.
I
Oh,
I
actually, that's
don't
kind of
think it'd be
fire.
possible to know. Techno Team 2000.
I will definitely put that on the list.
Uh,
That goes hard.
you you'd go as Techno Team 2000?
Yeah, because you know what this reminds me of?
What?
Um, I think it's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. They find like this cult house of people that wear bubble wrap suits, and then they put on like a bubble wrap suit and become like part of the cult, and they kind of look like this.
Oh. Um. Okay. Techno Team 2000.
All right, I found it. The first pro wrestling tag team established was Mark Lewin and Don Curtis in the WWF in 1958.
Yeah, nobody's gonna know who that is.
No, not a
Ooh.
chance.
Ooh.
Do you think the
When he
average
goes to Road Warriors?
WWE fan is aware of the WWF?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, yeah, maybe. But that is like
Because
probably the start of pro wrestling.
WWF became WWF, and
Yeah,
WWF became WWE. I'm gonna bet like 70% of fans have heard of the WWF.
probably.
You want to go as the Road Warriors, and then just find a random dude to be Paul Ellering?
We could 100% find a guy there that just looks like that.
There, do you want to go as the Road Warriors? Get the spiked shoulder pads.
I mean, that would definitely stick out. I feel like they'd almost like have to put us on camera if we showed up looking like that.
Rest in peace to both Hawk and Animal. This is Hawk. This is Animal, I think.
Okay.
Or is this Hawk? I don't know. I know it's
Hawk's
Hawk
still
and
up.
Animal though, and then this guy's still alive. This guy is still alive. But I know that both of those guys have passed away now.
The guy in the middle looks like Julian from Trailer Park Boys if he didn't take steroids.
If you want to put that on the list, you can.
I got it on the list.
Right. I mean, I
Oh my
feel
God.
like their physiques don't really match us, but
They have polar opposite physiques. One guy has enormous traps, enormous shoulders, enormous biceps, huge tits, and like a real tight stomach. This other guy's got the loosest upper body I've ever seen, but the forearms of an arm wrestler and a gut like a heavy drinker.
oh man, this is yeah. Yeah, the Road Warriors were awesome.
What if
Uh,
we pulled a WWE themselves and went as multiple versions of The Rock? I mean, according to them, it's
oh
different
man,
people. So, you know,
I don't think it is different people.
no, but in every WWE game, they got like The Rock 2020, The Rock 2012, The Rock 2001, The Rock 1998.
It goes like John Cena 2012, John Cena 2014, John Cena 2015, whatever.
Yeah. There's gonna be so many
Um,
people just dressed as John Cena to go see one of John Cena's last shows. Like, that's gonna be overdone.
this really tells you what era it's from. Do you want to go with Miz and Morrison?
Honestly, yeah, I can do that.
I mean, I feel like this makes the most sense for like our hairstyles.
Probably, yeah. All right,
All we need to
put
do
that
is
on
like,
the list.
okay, ooh, get you a jacket like that. Get you some fuzzy pants. I'll get me some oversized shorts, sleeveless top. Like this era of. I just had an idea. You said you would go as obscure as it gets.
Sure.
Jesse and
God.
Festus.
Okay. Um.
I swear
Uh.
you need to hear their theme music. Let me look it up real quick.
I. I'm not sure about the big one. Neither of us particularly have the build to play that guy.
You want to hear the theme music that these people would walk out to?
Yeah.
Hey, I kid you not, this is an official WWE released theme music. Let me.
Biscuits and gravy made me a man. Oh, biscuits and gravy made me all that I am. Ain't no ham and egg, something you've always been.
Wait, just wait. There's a really stupid line coming up.
Don't you go threatening, don't you go messing with me.
Not that, but
Better close your eyes, 'cause something's coming you shouldn't say. Biscuits and gravy.
just wait. It gets really stupid.
For a king. Oh, biscuits and gravy. Simple and clean. But you stepped
Here it
on
is.
my gravy. Oh, now I gotta get paid. But you stepped on my gravy. Simple
Here.
and clean. But you stepped on my gravy. Oh, now I gotta get paid.
But you stepped on my gravy. Now I gotta get mean.
Is Festus actually retarded, or is he just really good at looking retarded?
It's really good because he went on to become real quick. We could be Kai and Tai. Just saying, it was funny.
We're not Asian enough for that.
Festus was just what's his name? Luke Gallows.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's Festus.
I would have never guessed that was the same guy. That's
Yeah, he was
insane.
also in. Yeah. So these are he played fake. He played fake Kane. He played fake Kane.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
watched a couple
he's
Kane
been,
matches, dude. He's pretty fucking good, man.
This is yeah, same guy. Speaking of you ever heard of Eugene from WWE?
Yeah.
His character was literally somebody with mental disabilities. You ever seen the one where he was the GM for a night?
No.
Ooh, I gotta find this segment. His office when he was general manager was a bounce house, and he got Triple H in there to jump in the bounce house with him. What if we win as Eugene and Ric Flair?
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Would it be Eugene and Ric Flair?
I'm putting it on the list.
Eugene and Ric Flair.
Dude, the bounce castle
Oh,
is
man.
hilarious. I just imagine
He's like-
Vince
he's like-
going up to Triple H and being like, "Alright, you know Eugene, right? He's kind of a retard, that's his character. I need you to bounce in a bounce castle with him for a little bit, alright?" Pats him on the back, "Alright, see you later." And just walks into the distance, because, that's how Vince did things.
Oh.
He'd come up, say something, then just leave.
Eugene, bro, I don't know how they got away with that.
If they want to bring back a mentally retarded character, I'll play a guy with Down syndrome.
Oh man, there's just been so many obscure teams throughout history. Let me click back through these, just get back where I was. I don't feel like researching it again. We're close.
The more and more we look at like hundreds of wrestlers, the more I realize I'm in better shape than a lot of these guys. Like, a lot of them are bigger than me, but a lot of them are kind of fat. Speaking of, dude, fucking Khan Baba on the left.
That's Yokozuna. That's one of the Rock's 8 million cousins. Do you want to go with Jericho, Chris Jericho, and the Big Show?
I don't think I'm big enough to try pulling off the Big Show. Like, we got to keep this somewhat
the
realistic.
Bushwhacker? I've met him. I've met Bushwhacker Luke. He's one of the first. He is the first that I ever met.
I mean, that's a
It was the Bushwhacker.
extremely easy costume to pull off. Probably cost $8.
It's two dudes from New Zealand that just like wrestling, and they were rest in peace Bushwhacker Butch. He was, I never met him, but I met Bushwhacker Luke. Have his autograph. He's a funny dude. I'm just trying to think here. I mean, we could always do Dude Love and Stone Cold, like you said.
Yeah, I got that one on here. Wait.
You know, goes to Highlanders.
Oh. I mean, I could definitely pull
Yeah,
off the guy on the right.
Bet you never heard of the Highlanders.
No, I haven't. Just two Irish folks.
All we need to do
like
is
wrestling.
all we need to do is just show up in a kilt.
Yeah.
It could be on the list. Or ooh, you know who Dolph Ziggler is?
Yeah, of course I know who Dolph Ziggler is.
Dolph Ziggler's first character in WWE was being part of a group of male cheerleaders, and all the way here in the far right, that is Dolph Ziggler. When he first got into WWE, he played Nikki. I'm pretty sure there's Nikki, Kenny, Mikey, and a couple others. I don't remember all their names. But do you want to go with a Spirit Squad?
No.
You don't want to dress like the Spirit Squad?
Hell no. That's literally just a green,
I do not want to be the
That's
Spirit
literally
Squad.
a green Adidas soccer outfit and some fucking sleeves.
Okay. I got one. Brizongo. It's Fandango and Tyler Breeze.
Oh, I could definitely pull off the blonde one. I know, I'd have to shave though. I don't
You
want
wanna
to
be-
shave.
You want to be Brizongo though?
I don't think we really fit that one enough.
I mean, I could always put on like a fake stubble or something. I'm pretty sure there was a time where he had his beard grown out a little bit more. The one on the left. And he could be, that dude.
I mean, I'd be down to
Ooh.
shave some of it off, like if I gotta put in like a goatee or like some handlebars or something, I'll do it. I'll rock it out for a little bit, but oh. Now where are you gonna
Yeah,
get a beard
why-
from?
I'll just make a fake beard. I'll have a fake one made somewhere. You can buy one probably.
You could probably just hang around a barbershop long enough, wait for someone with long hair to walk in, get it shaved off, and be like, hey, can I take that?
Now the only problem is the redhead is bald, so.
Yeah.
But rest in peace, Luke Harper. Bludgeon Brothers.
Well,
Yeah, that's one of the
okay, if we were to do that one, I'd rather do the one with the brown hair, and then I could just put some like temporary dye in all my shit, and then all you gotta do is find a fake red beard, because like you don't got enough hair for the ponytail, so you'd have to get some clip-ins or something anyways.
you could do Daniel Bryan and Kane when they were on the team. Now, sure, you have the
That's not my favorite
beard,
Kane mask.
and Daniel Bryan has a beard and it's shorter, but
I mean,
We could pull off like a
there's height
reverse.
differences there.
We could pull off like a reverse. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
it
the
would
only
be
problem is the
reversed.
height difference.
Yeah.
Kane's like 7 foot. You can't like if I was taller
Damn.
and you were shorter, this would be a fantastic team costume idea.
Yeah, that would be, but that height difference is crazy.
Yeah, that could play into the comedy side of it.
Yeah.
What if
I mean,
Kane ends up
I'm
being
not
there?
that much taller than you, though. Like, you know, I'm like this much taller than you. He's like that much taller than the other guys.
You don't want to be Kane and Daniel Bryan then?
I mean, you know, we can keep that on the back burner, but I feel like all the other ideas we got are better.
Right. All right.
We.
hmm.
Oh shit! No, I was gonna say we could go Swerve and Ricochet, but one of us would have to be black.
I'm pretty sure Ricochet is also like mixed, so it'd be partial blackface.
Yeah. We could cross dress as Jamie Hayter and Julia Hart.
If we're cross dressing,
Oh, yeah.
did you know who they were?
I do, yeah.
All right, which one you prefer? I just love to know. Nikki on the left or Brie on the right?
Probably Nikki.
See, I was always more of a Brie Bella guy. I don't know why. I couldn't explain it. I always liked Brie more.
Oh, I like the
I have-
backwards hat. I think
you know,
backwards
yeah.
hats on women are just like, hmm. We lost your audio, Landy.
I'm gone.
Oh, you're back.
Okay. Nikki Bella. John Cena proposed to Nikki Bella in front of thousands and thousands of people at WrestleMania 33. She said yes. They never got married. But they were dating for a while. Brie Bella is married to Daniel Bryan now. And they have multiple children together and a happy life.
That's not the same chick
Oh,
that
if you look-
he smacked her ass on stage, right? Or in the ring.
I don't know. Yeah, if we're cross dressing, we're going as the Bella twins. I just gotta say.
Okay.
Or no, not Latcool. I need Laycool. Michelle McCool, who is married to the Undertaker.
Damn.
It fits the height difference.
Yeah.
You want to be Laycool?
Man, I just I don't know, man. I'm still thinking about Mankind and Undertaker. I feel like that's a, you know.
Al Snow and Big Boss Man. We could pose them from their match together.
Uh, yeah. I don't know if they'd let us dress like that in there.
Why?
In like a security type outfit.
I just want to be Al Snow, man. Or you could be Al Snow if you wanted. Back around a mannequin head.
No, I'd let you deal with that inconvenience if you so wanted.
Okay. He goes to the Rockers.
I think we brought these guys up last
Shawn
time. We were
Michaels.
talking about
Yeah,
tag team ideas or costume ideas.
Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
It's a little too old school for me. I don't want to look like my grandma.
But it's the Rockers, bro. It's Shawn Michaels. And, Marty Jannetty exists. Did we talk about the Mega Powers last time?
No.
What about that?
Oh, that goes hard.
It would be the Mega Powers.
We can definitely consider that. I'll put it on the list.
Hulk Hogan and Macho Man.
Oh wait,
And I don't know who. I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I don't know who our Missy Elizabeth would be, but ooh, Ultimate Warrior and Andre the Giant. That'd be
again.
tough.
Just, I don't think either of us could play off Andre enough. Also, I don't think they would let us in with just the one strap sash. You know, it's not quite clothing enough to get into an event.
Well, are they gonna let us in wearing this in general? No, probably not.
I mean, we're not gonna look like that.
Right, right. Huh.
Although,
Or to like think of
just the thought of us all sweaty, maybe mildly oiled up, just walking in boxers into a WWE event. It's kind of nice.
it's tough to think of like good ideas in general to wear to a wrestling show. When we have to like think of a team, it's even more difficult.
Alright, my top three so far would have to be, what's it? Hulk and Randy, we just looked at.
Mhm.
Mankind and Undertaker. And honestly, maybe Kane and Taker too.
Yeah, but no Kane and Daniel Bryan, which would be the most fun.
I think Taker would be better. Plus, if you
I
do
feel like
if you do Kane versus Taker, you get the better Kane outfit.
Yeah, but think how many people are gonna be going as Undertaker to a wrestling show? A lot more than people are gonna be going as Daniel Bryan.
That's true. Which is not
Like I bet we're gonna see. I bet we're gonna see a few dozen Undertakers. How many
Probably,
Daniel
yeah.
Bryan Kanes we're gonna see?
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, okay. There's always, Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit. We could do it.
I don't think we'll be allowed in as Chris Benoit
Why not?
because he's Chris Benoit, and WWE refuses to acknowledge his existence.
Yeah, so we don't have to tell them that, whichever one of us is Chris Benoit. We can, I don't know, we'll find someone else that we could say AJ Styles. We'd be like, yeah, we're Kurt Angle and AJ Styles, but we know internally that it's Chris Benoit.
You said you like Batman, right?
Oh my god, they did that?
What if we went as Batman? Batman.
Batman and Robin?
Batman and robbing.
That's so retarded. I'd rather just go as a real Batman and Robin.
Do you want to do this? Batman and Robin.
Maybe for Halloween, but I'd want to go as like I was gonna say real wrestlers. I guess those are real wrestlers. I'd rather go as less gimmicky wrestlers.
You don't want to go with Batman and Robin, or whatever his
No.
name. Well, I don't know if he spelled his name differently. I just randomly remembered that. I thought that'd be funny.
That is funny.
Oh man.
What if we showed up dressed as like the wrong sport? Like, what if we showed up as like, I don't know, Babe Ruth and like someone from his time?
Maybe. I just had an idea.
Brain Blast, Jimmy Neutron style. Think.
TNA. Crazy Steve and Abyss.
Oh, that's so good.
I'm pretty sure their team name was Decay.
Oh, got that on the list.
Crazy Steve and Abyss.
We could go as Crazy Steven.
No way anybody's gonna know like who Crazy Steve and Abyss are.
No.
It'd be Crazy Steve.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that might be one of the best ideas I've ever had.
That's really good. I still want to be Mankind more than anything, but that's pretty damn good.
Oh, look at that! Apparently,
Yeah, that's
the
from
match we
us.
saw was his debut. Apparently, that was his
Wow.
debut.
I didn't know. I learn something new every day.
Wow, and
You
it wasn't
know-
even on TV.
They probably said that in the announcements, and we just didn't listen.
Wonder. Hey, there he is.
Wow.
Well, Crazy Steve it's such a weird figure. It
He
looks
has,
like.
roided out Conor McGregor build.
Nobody's built like that naturally.
No, but remember when Conor took his I guess most recent break from UFC that has lasted indefinitely, and he like hopped on steroids and started posting gym pics, and he was just like just in like every video. He looks exactly like that. Man, we were there.
Yeah. I want to see what it says for off-air note. Let's do a little deep dive on this. Crazy Steve debuted in a dark match. After time
We
here,
oh
Joe didn't folks ever. Oh,
uh
I think that was going on. You to the bathroom after.
I'm not gonna lie. From the moment you started reading to about just now, there was about 3 pixels of you, and we got about maybe 4 legible words.
Okay, I was gonna say, Switchblade Jay White. We never met. Blah 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 blah. I'm pretty sure that was after or while you and me were going to the bathroom. Whenever all this was going down.
Mm-hmm.
Into the crowd, Knoxville. The last time I was here, I faced AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio. Now I faced Pac. Tony Khan. And he promised he'll be back.
Yeah, I think that's when we came back from the bathroom to see if there's anything going on. Was when Tony was talking.
Yeah. Oh, Crazy Steve, though.
Yeah.
If I think of any other ideas, I'll let you know. I love how this entire episode has just been us talking about our ideas for going to WWE.
And teachers.
It's just that, yeah, that and teachers. I figure we'd be doing something a lot more special for episode 30.
Sometimes it's just gotta be a classic. Just typical shit we do.
Yeah, maybe episode 40 we'll give y'all something special.
Maybe I'll have my conspiracy done by then. I've started so many of them
Oh.
and gotten like a paragraph into it and then been like, this is depressing, man. I feel bad about humanity. I gotta stop. And then I just don't ever pick it up again.
Right. Oh man. I'm looking through my Google Docs right now, trying to just think of anything I can talk about.
I could
Anything
definitely
fun
talk
I've
about
made.
some things. So right before I was leaving work today, right, I went to the bathroom. All right, it was like time to leave 6:30, so it was like 6:24. Right, I walked to the bathroom. I take a piss. I walk back. I'm on Goblet today, and Swisher, which is now right next to it.
Oh,
And I see these kids, just eyeing up Swisher. So I walk over there. I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? They're like, does it cost money? Like, yeah, you gotta get vouchers. They're over there, right? I'm like, okay. And they're like,
What's the voucher?
well, no. They're like, can we throw for free? And I said, no, I'm actually leaving like right now, so no. And they're like, okay. And then this kid like climbs up on the counter. There's two of them. One of them like just starts like getting on the counter, and I kind of like put my hand on him, like, no, stop. And he like forces past me. He's just standing there looking at me. And I'm looking at him for a second. We're both standing in the game, and I probably like 2 seconds went by, but it felt like 10 to me. And I went, "Are you fucking dumb?" And he looks at me and he's like, "What?" I go, "Get the fuck out!" And he's like, "Oh, sorry," and like gets out. I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with that kid?
How old is he?
Oh, I had to be like 12 at least.
Wow. Wow. You're gonna walk in. Do you work tomorrow?
Yeah.
You're gonna walk in there tomorrow, and Larry's, or shout out Larry, shout out Christy. One of them's gonna be like, "Hey, Thomas, did you swear at a customer yesterday?"
No, no one was around except those two. It was totally dead.
Oh, okay. It must be nice.
Yeah.
Shout out Larry and shout out Christy both. I can't believe he's not got to it yet. Shout out Boat, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh, shout out Jamie Hayter, man.
Shout out to Jigastan.
Shout out Jamie
Shout
Hayter
out-
in all 16 of my cards. Also, shout out
Shout out
Chris
Water.
Benoit, R.I.P. murdered by a lap pull down machine.
I do not agree with the RIP Chris Paul.
What? No, alright.
Like-
You know what really changed my opinion on Chris Benoit? Like, for a while, I did kind of just joke about Chris Benoit, and I got the card especially as a joke, but you know what made me actually kind of appreciate Chris Benoit?
What's that?
It was Kurt Angle. I was watching an interview with Kurt Angle, and he was like, for a while after all this stuff happened with Chris, everyone said you can't talk about Chris anymore. He just didn't exist, right? That was fine. I went along with that for a few years, but I got to think about something. It kind of changed my mind on things. Without Chris, most of my best matches aren't there. If I can't talk about Chris, I can't talk about me. So that's not gonna work for me. I wanna talk about my legacy. I wanna talk about my matches. And Chris was a part of that, and I had a lot of good times with him, and I'll talk about those good times I had with him. He did something bad, but that was my legacy right there. Something to that effect, and I was like, yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like, yeah, you can pretend he didn't exist all he wanted, but that dude had some insane matches. Like, and he went up against at the time some of the best wrestlers. Like, he's fucking Chris Benoit, dude.
Sure. Well, you can talk about that all you want. He still, killed 2 people.
Allegedly. Now, do we actually know the details on what happened?
Yeah, they've been released. They've been talked about multiple times.
Can we
He
pull that
he sedated and strangled his son, who had a disability, mind you.
Okay, so
I forget how
valid.
he killed his wife, but he killed his wife and son,
What? I'm looking
and then
up.
himself.
How did Chris? Oh, if you start typing in "how did Chris be," the first,
Real quick.
yeah.
Get on eBay right now. There's 10 minutes left on this. It's only $11. I'm just looking through.
I'm waiting for it to pull up. Oh my God, dude, buy it.
I'll send it to you. Dakota Kai's your girl.
Oh. Eh. I mean, she was. Jamie Hayter, man.
She was your first wrestling crush before you knew Jamie Hayter. She's all yours.
You know what? Here's the thing. If it's $11, right? I could probably get another one for $11 some other time. I don't even think that card looks that good. And
That's actually
I
a
don't
pretty
even
good
like-
wrestling card.
okay, we'll agree to disagree. I think these Jamie Hayter cards are phenomenal, but I'll be honest, I don't like her signature. I don't like the way it looks.
It's a cool signature.
I don't like it. But anyways, if you start typing in Google, how did Chris B, the first autocomplete is how did Chris Benoit kill his family?
Told ya.
Oh, okay, we got. Oh wow! Oh my God! That's. Oh my God! Okay, there's
What?
like 100 Reddit posts about this. We're just gonna go with the top one.
Oh boy.
Oh, we got a picture there. I disagree with what I said. That's an awfully cute kid. He didn't deserve it. I thought he was. You said disability, and I was just imagining like the most fucked up, ugly kid ever. No, rip that kid. Anyways, this is from True Crime r/True Crime discussion on Reddit. It's been nearly 2 decades since the infamous double murder/suicide of Chris Benoit and his family. Also, that picture is dated 11/8/2005. Just for anyone curious. So, in June 2007, Chris Benoit was booked for a match against CM Punk for ECW. He never showed, saying that his wife and son were sick with food poisoning. Over the next few days, several wrestlers received strange text messages from Chris, and when they showed them to higher-ups at WWE, the company called for a wellness check. Inside the home were the deceased bodies of 3 people. One was Nancy Benoit, who had been strangled, Daniel Benoit, who had been smothered, and in the home gym was the body of Chris Benoit hanging from his weight machine, a lat pull-down machine. Each body had a Bible placed beside them. I didn't know that. That's... Honestly, if I was going to put any book next to a murder victim, it probably wouldn't be the one telling me not to murder people. I'd probably put like an Islam book next to them, because they kind of look... They like that stuff, alright? But... anyways. Where's that? It didn't take long for police to realize what had tragically happened. However, what will always be a mystery is how it happened. Okay? What made a devoted family man kill his wife, child, and then himself? Naturally, everyone answers, blah, blah, blah. Can I just get to the fucking point about why this happened? Okay, no surprise here. His autopsy showed an overwhelmingly large amount of steroids in his body. Who'd have thought? You seen that man's physique?
And he had the brain of an. I also read somewhere he had the brain of an 80-year-old dementia patient at one point.
I would
So
not be surprised. That man took some insane hits in the ring. Okay, so...
real quick,
Oh, yeah.
I just want to say, I hope you don't defend him anymore after this. After reading this.
I might. Still. But anyways. Oh, it also says, his heart was so enlarged from the steroids that they reckon he wouldn't have lived more than like 3 years anyways. Like he would have just had a heart attack and died. So it says, however, judging by the decomposition of the bodies of Nancy and Daniel, a rage killing didn't make sense. It was determined that he killed Nancy on a Friday, Daniel on Saturday, and himself on a Sunday. That's weird. If it had in fact been a rage killing, he would have spaced out the killings. So this leads to other theories. Chris had been Chris had been in a terrible depression state since the death of his best friend Eddie Guerrero, which they had the live service thing for him on WWE that one day. That was, yeah.
And there was a video that Benoit did for it, and I'm talking about Eddie, and you could just tell like how broken Chris was.
Yeah, so obviously that makes sense. Just get to the part about where he murders his family, please.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's like 50 fucking paragraphs talking about CTE. Okay, it does say, by the time of his death, Chris's brain had rotted because of all the blows to his head, and he had the worst case of CTE ever seen for a man of his age. one person saying his brain looks similar to that of an 85-year-old Alzheimer's patient.
Okay,
So-
I knew it was one of those.
Yeah.
Alzheimer's or dementia.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right about that. Which I didn't realize that he had the worst case of CTE ever seen in a human brain at that age. Anyways, that's an achievement, man. Shout out Chris Benoit for having the most CTE of any human. Shit, I'll be there one day. He had severe damage to all 4 lobes and the brainstem. Wow. It says, this led to a belief that if Chris had been tried, there's a high chance he would have been found not guilty by reason of insanity. I mean, I believe that. My dad used that to get off on some stuff that he shouldn't have. What? I just got to the end. It doesn't even... They literally don't mention him killing his family in here. Okay. Next post. This is from r/squared circle, the main pro wrestling subreddit. I'm just gonna skip. I'm gonna find the part where he talks about murdering his family, because that's the only part I want to read about.
I just read Wikipedia.
I probably should. Wait. Hold on. I swear I saw it in here. It was highlighted on the internet. It wouldn't lie to me.
Yeah, while you're looking, I gotta pee again.
Okay.
So
I will find this eventually.
let's not take one last time.
Wait. Yeah, okay. What? When I'm looking at it and hold on, give me 1 second. Don't worry about what that was. That was completely unimportant. Man, I'm really trying to find this here. Oh, it's probably in the comments, yeah.
You find it yet?
Well, I'm just realizing it probably highlighted something that was in the comments, not in the post, so now I gotta look through all the comments to find it.
I'm sure if you just look on Wikipedia, you could find it within 10 seconds.
I could, but do I want to do that? Or do I want to use a non-primary source? You know what? Yeah, I'm just going to use Wikipedia.
If you look up Chris Benoit, it is literally going to be its own...
yeah, Chris Benoit double
own-
murder-suicide. Okay, here we go. Oh, God, okay. Over a 3-day period between June 22nd and June 24th, 2007, Chris Benoit, a 40-year-old Canadian professional wrestler employed by WWE, murdered his wife Nancy and their 7-year-old son Daniel before hanging himself in the residence in Fayetteville, Georgia. I've been there before. It's a nice place. I thought Fayetteville, whatever. So, autopsies show that Nancy was murdered first, dying of asphyxiation on June 22nd. Daniel also died of asphyxia. Did they not go into the...
Just keep scrolling. This is just like the preliminary stuff, I guess.
Okay.
Because I'm reading over it with you.
Alright, it's in the events section. On Friday, June 22nd, 2007, Chris Benoit killed his wife Nancy in the bonus room of their house in Fayetteville, Georgia, 22 miles south of Atlanta. According to police reports, Nancy's limbs were bound prior to her death, with her arms restrained with coaxial cables, which are phone lines, and her feet being duct taped together. A balled-up combination of a tube sock and tape were also found in the kitchen trash and appeared to be soaked in dried blood, which led, oh god, police to believe that it was being used as a makeshift gag prior to Nancy's death. Her body was found wrapped in a blanket alongside a Bible. Injuries indicate that Chris Benoit had pressed a knee into her back while pulling a cord around her neck, causing strangulation. Yeah, that's something.
Yes, that tracks.
Apparently there was alcohol in her system, but who's to say? And they believe there was hydrocodone and alprazolam, which is Xanax, in her system, but they're found in what they call therapeutic levels. So it's not likely that she was, sedated as she was killed. Actually, it says as Daniel had been. So then the murder of Daniel Benoit. Oh god.
Yeah.
Third child.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had 3. So alright, Daniel, born February 25th, 2000, was Chris's 3rd child. Daniel had 2 older paternal half siblings. Okay, via Chris's first wife. That explains it. She and the other 2 children were living in Canada at the time of the murder-suicide. Yeah, they're different countries, that's why I never heard of them. Daniel is Nancy's only child. Daniel was suffocated and killed in his bedroom, and another Bible was left by his body. He had internal injuries to the throat area, showing no bruises, which means he was very gently choked, for whatever that means.
Right.
Daniel's exact time of death is unknown, but the reports determined Daniel was sedated with Xanax, which... I mean, look, if I was going to get choked to death on anything, I would definitely choose Xanax. And likely unconscious when he was killed. Actually, that's a very good point. That kid was probably like 50, 60 pounds at the time. A single Xanax would have knocked him on his ass, yeah. His body had just started to show signs of decomposition, but was not as far along as Nancy's. Dude, isn't it crazy that when we die, within literally 24 hours we start rotting?
It's insane. That's scary.
Yeah. I hate that. It was later alleged that Daniel had a genetic disorder, Fragile X syndrome. I'm going to read into what that is really quick. It's a genetic neurodevelopment disorder characterized by mild to moderate intellectual disability. The average IQ in males with FXS is under 55. Wow. That's pretty low.
That's sad.
Yeah. Oh my god. Physical features may include long and narrow face, large ears, flexible fingers, and large testicles. Maybe he was jealous. That's all I'm saying.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Nah, dude, could you imagine being like an actual retarded kid and you're walking around with a sack this fucking big between your legs? Like,
Man, that...
I just can't get the idea of a retard with a massive nutsack out of my head now.
That's gotta be a top 10 worst thing you've said on the show.
Just imagine he's like,
It's gotta be.
like, you know those special needs kids in school that pull up to the urinal and just take their whole pants off. Just imagine that kid doing there, just shaking his giant nuts around.
Oh.
That's gonna be like
This
top
episode's
3.
getting-
That's up there with episode 2 level shit.
This episode's getting deleted.
Nah, I'm leaving that in.
There's no way this episode just stays up.
Yeah. Anyways,
Oh my god.
so they think Daniel's syndrome was the reason for Chris having problems with his family. I think it might have been the fact that he had the brain of an 85-year-old Alzheimer's patient and the heart of someone who took way too many steroids. Yeah, but it was oh. It was also suggested that the track marks, needle marks, on Daniel's arms were the result of human growth hormone injections because Benoit and his family considered him undersized due to his condition. Now, look, I get that. Yeah, most people who take HGH are taking it as a steroid because they want to get bigger. I get that it does have some medical uses, and actually, especially in cases where kids just don't develop right, a little bit of HGH will actually like just get them to adulthood. So I don't think that's weird at all, but I feel like they were giving it to him for the wrong reason. Like, he had a condition that it wasn't about HGH. It was a genetic limitation, basically, how much you can grow and what your form is. That's not something steroids fix. That's a little crazy, but Benoit's coworker and close friend wrestler Chris Jericho stated that from his own research on the condition, the symptoms fit Daniel to a T all across the board. Considering those who had publicly stated that they had no knowledge of Daniel having the condition, Jericho said, if Chris had decided that he wanted to keep it to himself, he wouldn't have been able to pry that out of him with anything. Not sure. Anyways, yeah, we read through the murder reports, and then he hung himself on a lap pull down machine. So there we go. Anyway, shout out Chris Benoit.
That paragraph finishes up by saying it turned out that Daniel didn't have Fragile X.
Oh, really?
At the time, it made sense because I was grasping at straw. Yeah, so it says Jericho's initial statements regarding Daniel, he later said in his 2011 book, it turned out Daniel didn't have Fragile X, but at the time, it made sense because I was grasping at straws.
So why did they say he did earlier in the thing?
Maybe because they didn't know specifically at the time, but he just had the symptoms of it. I thought maybe that was a possibility. I guess they just never said anything publicly. What it was. I do want to say, it was around 3:30.
They're dead too, by the way. Just thinking about that.
Man,
it's not something you could confirm after the fact.
We need to do a whole episode, doing a deep dive, everything that happened before and after, and the different wrestlers and stuff's opinions. Because maybe episode somewhere in the hundreds, we can get to that. Give some time to really build up.
Not
now,
that it has
I wanted to show you
years,
this card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, pull it up. What are we looking at here? We got Dakota Kai mat relics for $6
from WrestleMania 34.
Wow.
I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in, but
I mean, it's almost half the price of my Jamie Hayter card, so maybe. I'll check that out.
I figured I'd check out COMC with some of their mat relics. That's the cheapest one.
Wait, Dakota Kai's the cheapest? Damn.
Well, no, I looked up just Dakota Kai.
Oh.
And then I sorted it by, memorabilia. I got this one from the, era where you first liked her, but
what is the cheapest mat relic in general? I'm curious. What is the cheapest piece of a wrestling mat I can buy?
Wrestling memorabilia, lowest price memorabilia for wrestling would be AEW Upper Deck base memorabilia. I don't know if that's from Matt or here or what, but that's Chuck Taylor, the Kentucky Gentleman.
Dude, $1.50 for us. Hey.
Okay, being worn by the wrestler. The cheapest mat relic would be this guy from AEW, Trent Beretta.
Alright. That's still pretty cheap.
Trent Beretta's such a cool name. Trent Beretta. It's a $161.
Yeah.
Oh, Trent Beretta is an insanely cool ring name.
Dude, whenever we're like, I don't know, ultra rich, ultra famous, part of some wrestling company, we gotta like buy as many Matt relic cards as we can, take all the Matt pieces out of them, and sew together an entire wrestling mat of Matt relic card pieces.
This is the dude that wrestled AJ from Costco.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yo,
Oh, John Cena.
it's an auction. Ends in 3 days, but it's only 99 cents right now.
What? Dude. Alright, send that to me. I'm gonna look at it.
Do 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 do.
You know what that just reminded me of?
What's that?
Alright, Caleb, that coworker, right?
Yeah, Caleb. I know.
I was talking to him yesterday. I was telling him about how we're going to that WWE match, right? He's like, that's cool. And I'm like, yeah, I heard John Cena was going, and I'm like, hold on, real quick, are you into WWE, or before I nerd out about this, are you gonna know what I'm talking about? He's like, oh yeah, dude, I've been to a couple of shows, I watch their matches, yeah. I'm like, okay, there is no way I would ever miss my chance to be in Knoxville hearing The Time Is Now live in person in a crowd of people singing along to it. And he's like, yeah, that would be pretty awesome when the announcer comes out and goes, the time is now. And I'm like, you don't watch wrestling.
He doesn't know.
Yeah. Like, you don't watch wrestling. You just lied to me.
Time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now.
Yeah.
What's the franchise on shining now? You can't see me. My time's now.
Oh, real quick.
Luther. That's the dude. That's the dude that comes out with what's her name? Tony Storm.
I want to quiz you real quick on John Cena, right? The time is now, right?
Okay. Hmm.
The you can't see me. Where did he get that from?
Okay, so back in the first, when he first started making his character, he needed something like some sort of taunt. It needed to be physical. So him and his brother, or I guess just his brother, was into some rapper, would do a thing like that. And John was like, yeah, this is cool, but I need something more like physical, more animated. I start moving my hand in front of my face, and then I guess it turned into "You Can't See Me," and that's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's pretty close. I know the clip of him talking about it almost word for word. Because I'm just weird like that. I almost word for word recognize like clips of people talking about stuff.
That's the same clip I saw.
Yeah,
That's the same clip I saw.
He was talking about when he was making his own music, right? And he had his little brother was what he called the litmus test for his music, right? He'd make a track and then he'd bring it to his brother, and if his brother liked it, he'd put it out, and if he didn't, then he'd scrap it, So he made The Time Is Now, and he goes and shows it to his brother, and his brother's going like this, because it was a dance that Tony Yayo, a rapper, was doing, and they were talking, and his brother was like, "Hey man, do that next time you're on stage. Do that Tony Yayo thing. It might look cool." And like you were saying, he's like, "Yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't move enough. It's not animated enough." So he went out on stage and he did this, and that just became his thing from then on.
I know it's pretty close.
Yeah, you were 90% there. I really just wanted to mention Tony Yayo, because I feel like not enough people know who that is.
Ooh, Andrade El Idolo ring Matt. He's the dude that was with Ric Flair's daughter for a while.
Damn.
I'm just looking for stuff that you find cool.
Not actually Charlotte, right? That's just her ring name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure her real name's like Ashley, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, Colt Cabana?
Yeah, her real name is Ashley Elizabeth Flair, but it's spelled Fleehr. Her last name was really spelled.
Yeah.
There's Excalibur. He's like a one of the commentators.
Yeah. I love that guy.
Sabian the Butcher, Aiden English.
I just realized I don't speak Spanish, and I've never watched a Spanish commentated version of a wrestling match, but like, they always dive through the Spanish table.
Yeah.
I so badly want to know what those guys are saying. Because I just realized I have no idea. But,
Then you get Beanie on here like. Then you get Beanie on here to do like a live translation. Ooh, that'd be fun actually.
yeah.
A whole match in Spanish and just have Beanie do the live translation for it.
Yeah, 'cause it'd be so funny if
Dude.
they're up there like, oh, these fucking good angles taking our table down again. Every time they smash to our table. Our table! Yeah, I imagine they're yelling some shit like that.
Oh, this guy's don't you?
See, there's not enough pixels in there to know whose face that is.
Big Show.
Okay.
Here's Grape Arizona Can himself.
Oh,
Serpentico.
yeah.
I don't know if you'd be interested in something from Serpentico, but
I definitely would.
255. 255. I'm starting your card addiction.
Oh, I already got one. I'm 17 cards deep.
Yeah, I'm gonna take part blame for that.
Wait,
But Tony Schiavone, the dude that was interviewing Osprey and Omega.
hell yeah.
You want him?
No, I don't give a fuck about that guy, but that's cool.
Daniels, Luchasaurus, Ty Dillinger, Evil Uno, Adam Cole, baby. There's Pac.
Yeah. Oh. Shit, I might buy a pack card. Honestly, I'd probably buy that one right there. That's a dope ass card.
Yeah, Pac, bro. A piece of the mat in it. Jake Hager. For Daniels, Austin Gunn.
Dude, all I'm seeing here is
H2.
that people don't pay that much for guys' ring pieces, but the women's ones, oh my god. I mean, some of those go for
Like
like
a Riho.
I mean, yeah, I guess that one's pretty cheap, but like some of the women's ones be going for like 20, 30, $40. It's like it's just a piece of fabric.
Bree Edwards. The referee that did the
Yeah. Yeah, our match, yeah.
the Grape Arizona Can match.
And
You want
another
Aubrey
pack card.
Edwards? Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this pack card right here is like something he actually wore.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, honestly, I might buy an Aubrey card. Just, I mean, not because she's hot, not because I want to have a card of her, but just out of respect for being like one of the dopest referees ever.
You want something that Pac wore in the ring, or do you just want the the ring mat relic?
Honestly, I'm probably gonna buy both.
I'll copy the link to that then.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
There's Titus O'Neil, Ethan Page. He's in WWE now. Ooh, Connor and Victor. That reminds me, we could go with the Ascension. We'll look at them some other time.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Big Bill and AEW now.
Let's see. Oh, Big Boss. Yo,
there's
Isaiah Swerve
Goldust.
Scott. Isaiah Swerve Scott from NXT. Oh my goodness.
Where's that at?
On the right. Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. That's Swerve Strickland.
Yeah.
$3.
Yo, I'm probably gonna buy that too.
See if they have any.
Dude, this is gonna be 3 episodes in a row where I drop $20 on some wrestling cards. I don't care.
Kofi Kingston,
Money
Roderick
in the Bank
Strong.
card?
Yeah, and Kofi Kingston.
Wow.
Want that one?
How much does a Money in the Bank briefcase go for?
I mean, that's not the briefcase, but I'll look.
No, because I'd rather buy a whole briefcase.
Like,
There's a store up in Kentucky somewhere, Secret Castle Toys and Games. They got a Money in the Bank case up there.
wow.
Man. That's not bad, actually. $78. Although, I will say, theirs is a genuine one from a match.
Oh, like they actually have a real Money in the Bank
Yeah.
case, like used.
Yeah. It's, I mean, it's not that one,
37,000
it's a
for the
great
one
but
used by Randy Orton.
yeah, but they have it in the background, like all their videos and their shorts. It's just this Money in the Bank case hanging from the ceiling.
Seth Rollins, man.
Dude, I like Seth Rollins. I was watching a compilation of every time Seth Rollins got mad at his coworkers. Because unbeknownst to me, he screams at them a lot. Also, I was scrolling through Instagram Reels, and my Instagram Reels have now just become WWE Reels. And I got a video of fuck, I already forgot what his name is. Who were we just talking about?
Which one, Seth?
Yeah, Seth Rollins. That's it. And it was like, bro hasn't won a main event in X amount of time. Bro's not going to this event, that event. He's just on SmackDowns hating his coworkers. It was him staring at someone from outside a cage going, "Why won't you fucking die?" Like, that's incredible.
That was the match with Edge where he just kicks him in the face. It was just a normal match.
Yeah, Matt Hardy. God, he looks so weird in that picture.
I don't know if that's something you'd like or not, but
I'd probably get a Jeff Hardy card.
I'm looking mainly for dudes that we saw live. I figure that'd be who all you want.
I mean, I like cool wrestlers, you know. Oh wait, I see a Keith Lee card. Yeah.
And there's Keith Lee.
Hell yeah. That big, large man. Oh, the Miz right next to him.
There's the Miz.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is definitely just a wrestling podcast at this point. It wasn't for a while.
Is this actually WrestleMania?
Huh?
I do not want to promote air. I want to. Okay, never mind. I thought this was actually used at WrestleMania.
Oh.
Maybe it was. All it says is you received from, April 4th, 2020. Maybe it was WrestleMania. Well, I don't think you know who Drew Gulak is anyway.
No, I don't.
There's Kalisto. He's one of the guys that we talked about dressing up as.
Mm-hmm.
Carlito and Hardcore Holly.
That mat piece is not from WrestleMania. It was March 25th and 26th.
2020?
Yeah.
WrestleMania 2020 was one night.
It said two when I looked it up.
Was it?
Alright. Yeah, WrestleMania 36 was the 25th and 26th.
So, oh, never mind then. I guess that was the first.
wait.
That might have been the first year they did two-night WrestleMania and
Oh.
ruined it.
It was filmed on the 25th and 26th. They broadcasted it on the April 4th and 5th.
So there is a chance that's from WrestleMania then.
Cause that's the date it aired, not the date it happened.
Yeah, because that was the COVID year.
Yeah.
They did it for no fans.
Which, like, by the way,
You want a ring match from WrestleMania?
I mean, not really. That's more your thing, but like, why did they film it like a week or more? No, more than a week before they uploaded it.
I mean, because there were a couple like cinematic matches they had that like were really like edited, put together, and that might be included in the cinematic matches and stuff.
Okay. It was like,
They did Undertaker versus AJ Styles in Undertaker's last match ever. I'm pretty sure it was like a boneyard match. It was like completely filmed like a TV show or a movie or something, and just thrown in there at WrestleMania.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
There's Hobbs. There's
Sean Spears. You talking about him?
yeah,
Jim
shout out Sean
Ross.
Spears. There's Jim Ross.
Grayson Waller.
Oh, Damon
I don't know
Sandow.
who that is.
Hey, there's
Sheamus.
Sheamus.
Oh, I'm so buying that. Elimination Chamber. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm buying that. I'm buying that.
What did I do?
Started a
Not mean to start
Drunken
that game.
Royale.
I did not mean to do that. I was clicking through this too
Dude,
fast.
I love Sheamus so much. Yeah, that's my card now.
How do I exit this? How do I get back to chat?
Just press the Windows key.
Window. No, that's not doing anything. What did I do?
Did you just break your PC?
I don't. I'm pressing exit full. Yeah, I'm pressing exit full screen. Side member. No. Show chat. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm a moron.
I was gonna tell you to try Alt F4. I don't know if you know that, but
I know that.
okay.
There we go.
It's still fun to someone who's never Alt F4'd before be like, oh yeah, just hit Alt F4 it'll refresh, and they're like, and they log out.
Yeah, so you got the message for the Sheamus one though?
Let's see. Another Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yes, I said the Sheamus one most recently, I think.
I know, I was looking at the screen up there. Yeah, I got the Sheamus. Sheamus? I love Sheamus. I was watching an interview with Sheamus. I've really been into watching interviews of wrestlers more than I've been into watching wrestling, like this last week. I was watching one with Sheamus, and when he first started in WWE, apparently he would like rub tanner on himself, like like bodybuilder stage tanner to like look darker. And I was watching some videos of it, and he doesn't look that dark because he's so pasty white. And apparently someone just kind of said to him, they're like, "Hey, you're the most Irish-looking motherfucker there is. Give into the pastiness. It's part of the character." And he was like, "Huh, yeah, might as well." And then that was just his thing. He's just bright fucking white.
There's another one from Pac whenever he was still in WWE.
Yeah.
Christoph Ziggler.
Oh, damn, I almost thought that was Cody Rhodes for a second. Or
That's
not
off.
Cody. What's his fucking dad's name?
Dusty?
Sure. Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes is a fat dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of looks like him. Got a similar look.
Are you thinking of his brother?
Yeah. Fuck.
Bobby
I
Lashley?
always get everyone that's not Cody confused. Yeah. Whoever the other Rhodes that wasn't fat, that guy.
Okay, yeah, Goldust, his brother.
Yeah.
There's Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
We hurt people. We hurt people. We hurt people. There's Sheamus again.
Hell yeah. Oh, dude. I could go Sheamus. How many Sheamuses do you think are going to show up to Knoxville?
Great question. There's Moxley.
Where? What? Oh, yeah.
Hell, there's
Another Bobby Lashley?
yeah.
Oh, WrestleMania
Let's see. There's
27.
Miz again. Oh, there's Kenny.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, Kenny.
I never seen him with that much hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
You want Kenny or not?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll get a Kenny card.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny.
Oh, bastards.
Man, that's a cool one. There's MVP.
Yeah. Apollo Crews. Oh wait, he's Slater.
Yeah. How do you know who Heath Slater is?
Uh, yeah, I'm getting into wrestling. You know, I'm learning people.
Okay.
You know,
Sheamus again?
Yeah, you may not know this, but you know, pretty much ever since AEW, I've dedicated at least a half hour a day to just watching some sort of wrestling content.
Hey.
I'm learning. I'm getting smarter about it.
There. Do you see the Sheamus one though right there?
Yeah, I do. He's looking mighty sexy in there.
Oh, that's from Survivor Series. I don't know why it's from Survivor Series 2016. They're using that picture. He won the belt at Survivor Series 2015. There's Sheamus again.
It's a pretty nice card, actually. I'm not gonna pay $5 for it, but it's a nice card.
Darren Young, Wade Barrett. Pack again. There's Miz. Mark Henry.
Yeah.
Shout out Mark Henry.
I,
Heath Slater.
God, I'm just thinking like, you know, when someone dies, like all of their belongings go into an estate of some kind, and someone gets ownership of that estate, right? So someone out there, at least at some point, owned all of Chris Benoit's clothing. Which means there's Chris Benoit ring-worn merch out there in the world somewhere, assuming whoever took ownership of Chris Benoit's estate didn't just burn everything. Anyways. Oh, Jericho. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Chris Jericho. Do you want that one or not?
Nah. No, these are getting too expensive for my taste. But I like looking at them.
More Sheamus. Damian Priest. Oh, Booker T and Christian.
Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, shit out Carmelo Hayes. I love Carmelo.
Oh, Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy.
Another one. Another Chris Jericho.
Oh man, what you know about Lars Sullivan?
Nothing. I'm curious who the hell Kyle O'Reilly is, though.
He's part of Undisputed Era. I don't know what they're called in AEW, but he's part of the team with Bobby Fish and Roderick Strong and Adam Cole.
Huh.
Oh, shout out
Do you want to
Kyle
give me
O'Reilly.
some lore on Lars, though? You seemed excited about him.
Not really excited, but so WWE hyped him up for a long time. This is back in like 2017, 2018, probably.
Can I just say
They
he's so
hyped him up
Josh
so
Barnett?
much. They were going to say he's the. They wanted to promote him as like the next big thing. Then he got fired after they found some like homophobic comments in like a forum a long time ago. Come to find out, way before that, like back before he was a wrestler, back before he was popular at all, he starred in some adult films of a certain genre.
What genre?
Keep in mind he made homophobic comments on like a forum
Oh.
using logical reasoning and thinking. He started I don't know how they found it. Somebody like found like deep dive internet archive sort of video, not from the actual archive, but
Yeah.
like archived somewhere.
That'd be hilarious if it
A
was on
video
the
of
actual Internet Archive.
a video of a probably in his at that time 20s, Lars Sullivan in a
Hey, hold on,
film
hold on, hold on. One
alongside.
question. Was he giving or taking?
I don't know. I never
Oh.
watched it. I just remember like I heard the reports like and he got fired for being homophobic. And then like months later, like I saw Lars Sullivan was featured in a adult video with another male.
Okay.
I'm thinking,
See, that changes a lot for
hilarious.
me. If he's the fucker, then on one hand I'm like, as gay, but at least you're the man in the situation. If he's the one taking it though, nah, ain't no respect. But the way he kind of looking like Josh Fetterman out here. Was he the congressman or something from what fucking state is Fetterman from? Pennsylvania. Why am I talking about Fetterman? Yeah, because he looks like Fetterman. I don't like him. Not Lars. I don't like
So
Fetterman.
it was. He requested his release in 2021. But, resurfacing controversial online posts. On May 2019, it was revealed that he had used multiple accounts on bodybuilding.com forums to write what Sports Illustrated described as a slew of racist, sexist, homophobic, and otherwise offensive posts between 2007 and 2013.
What?
Yeah.
Bodybuilding.com? Dog, go on 4chan. That's where you're supposed to do it.
Anyway, yeah, right here. The last sentence.
If you see Mitch Bennett in my search history, it was for research only.
Yeah, this man right here was doing.
Now, you know what? Now that I see him from this angle and I see how enlarged he is, like from the front, he looks like fat caveman Josh Fetterman. Or whatever the fuck his name is. From that angle, that is a big beefy man. That man was 100% giving. I do not believe that man takes.
Yeah, Lars Sullivan, bro. He tried to be promoted as the next big thing, but nobody wanted him around.
I feel like him versus Brock Lesnar would go hard. Okay.
Perfect time. No, pun intended?
What was the pun?
I want you to repeat what you said.
I feel like a match. Oh. I get it. It was
Right.
better that time.
Oh man, if you would have picked up on it, that would have been perfect comedic timing. Oh, there's
I feel
private
like that was
party.
almost better. A private party. That I kept forgetting what the first part of that was. I'm like I was trying to tell someone at work about it. I'm like, it's some party. What the fuck is their name? Private party. Yeah.
Party, yeah, Zay and Quinn. That's two relics for the price of one, basically.
Yeah.
Uh,
Another WrestleMania.
Cage again.
Another 27 though.
Yeah. There's Daniel Bryan.
So they really
There's
just
Cody Rhodes' wife.
they really just start cutting up match after matches, stuffing them in carts and selling them, huh?
I think it's like if the mat's not usable anymore, like if it's been like torn or ripped or dirty or something, probably. I had to guess. There's Cody Rhodes' wife. Oh, there's Rob Van Dam.
Yeah. Oh, wow. 2003. That's an old ass card.
I
I'm
feel like
still
you'd be a
over it.
very big fan of Rob Van Dam.
I am. I mean, just the
For what
just the
reason?
name. I like the name. I like three names like Dick Van Dyke. Hell yeah. Did you know?
Rob Van Dam's also a really big like advocate, and he's like one of the most well-known stoner wrestlers.
Yeah, that's true. You know Dick Van Dyke's like I think 98,
And
and
he's still active.
yeah, that man can boogie, man. He's gonna live to be like 150. There's no way he doesn't. That dude was in the original Mary Poppins, in black and white, and he's still kicking.
It's Alberto Del Rio.
Seth freaking Rollins, Sheamus, The Miz. Does Logan Paul have a WWE card yet?
You want me to look that up instead of looking through all these?
Well, I mean, I'm totally not gonna buy one, but I just want to know if like they even think he's
Sheamus
worthy
again.
of one. God, Sheamus has so many cards.
There's Orange Cassidy.
Oh, you know what? Honestly, I'm turning into an Orange Cassidy fan. I don't know if I maybe I'll think about it.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, there's
no,
no
no.
Logan Paul.
Should I buy that card for 75 cents?
I think you should.
It's just a
I wonder what
random
the
card.
cheapest. I wonder what the cheapest wrestling card in general is. 57 cents.
Wow.
Oh, there's Bandito.
I wonder what the cheapest card on ComC is.
I bet it's like something stupid like Star Trek.
Nah, dude. Star Trek nerds pay way too much for fucking dumb shit.
Non-sports. Here we go. X Files. Whatever this is pretty cheap. 57 cents. I
Yeah.
don't know who would want that. Let me see.
Oh, there.
Gaming cards will go other. 66
Whoa.
cents. Yu-Gi-Oh! What's the cheapest Yu-Gi-Oh card? 63?
Bro, what do you know about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about it, but I remember as a kid I liked it more than Pokemon. That was actually like the only card-based game that I was semi into up until I'd say about the age of 7.
What you know about Garbage Pail Kids?
I used to collect these as a kid.
66 cents for Bruce Moose.
Yeah.
What's the most expensive Garbage Pail Kid? Just
Yeah, I
for
wonder.
for kicks and giggles.
Ooh.
955 for 2016-17. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
That. What?
Oh.
Hmm. I didn't know they
Let's
still
see
made these.
here.
It's cool.
Ochre.
Whoa. Oh.
You can buy-
oh,
you
it's
can buy-
highest price.
You can buy poker players. Who's buying cards for poker players?
Yeah, I didn't think poker players were famous enough to have cards.
I can't not. Yeah, I can. I mean, I've heard of Chris Moneymaker, but that's just because he was like part of some sort of
Well,
like the famous story. Because he was like he started off as an online player, then ended up winning the entire like World Series of Poker. He's like the only one I know.
yeah. Well, I mean that was like that was on like the news and the newspapers. That was on magazines when you went
Yeah.
to the store. That guy was everywhere for a bit.
For $9.74, you $9 you can buy a ticket stub to a 2002 UCLA game.
That's wild.
What's
Imagine
the-
paying
what's the
$10
cheapest
for a
comic
used
book?
ticket to a sports show?
Oh, you can buy a 1990s comic book for $1.98.
Fun fact: if you hit up McKay's bookstore in Knoxville, actually I don't think it's in Knoxville. I think it's just outside of it. You can get comic books for I think 25 cents, 50 cents, depending on the category.
Why is it on here if it's not for sale?
What the fuck is flying over my house right now? I mean, it's obviously a helicopter, but I never heard no helicopter like that. God damn.
He's seen. Ooh, this is what I need to be looking at.
Motherfucker
Are you gonna
just
get
did a
Joe
circle
Logano in
around
the
me.
Sistine Chapel?
Ooh.
Nonsense.
I literally just heard a helicopter coming from over in that direction. It like went that way, went back that way probably like 500 feet, and then like looped back around and went back the way it came from. You know what? I'm gonna check flight radar. I want to see what that was.
You're not gonna believe this, but I gotta pee again.
All right.
I've been pounding waters. This is insane. 3 might be a record for me.
So anyways, while we're here, I've become slightly enthralled recently with checking flight radar every time I hear or see like a cool plane go over my house. Like if I see like a passenger plane with like people in it, I don't give a fuck. But whenever I hear like well, especially because there's a military base pretty close to me. Whenever I hear or see some cool shit flying over me, I go look at what that shit is because I'm curious. I don't know. I want to see what's flying over me. Anyway, so here we are in Tennessee. I should be pulling this up on here for you guys, but I'm not. Let's see, where's... Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh. Okay, that was a flight for life. Also, I was incorrect. It did not do a loop. It didn't even do a dip, really. It kind of just, like, flew up and, like, curved around. Oh, shit. I'm on flight radar looking at the helicopter that went over my house. It's a UT Lifestar, operated by Medtrans, which is a flight for life, basically. So, yeah, I guess someone died and they're flying over my house. Anyways, also flying over my house right now is a Bel Air TCN 804, a private jet. I can hear it flying over right now. It's actually 28,000 feet, but it's making a little bit of a hum. Pretty cool. I don't see that too often. There's another plane coming towards my house. I won't be able to hear this one because it's at 39,000 feet. It's too high, but this one's a jet rescue air ambulance. Another flight for life thing. Pretty cool. This is actually, it's at 39,000 feet, but it's going relatively slow. It's only going 444 knots. That private jet's going 511.
I can't just look at everything all at once.
Right.
It's so fun.
God, yeah. Man, if you guys ever need something fun to do, just check flight radar. There's always some cool shit going on. Or it's like, just like,
I would-
go on flight radar,
would.
go to like a random point in the world and just click on a plane and see what it is.
I
So
would
much
if
fun.
that wouldn't, I would do it online if it wouldn't dox me,
It doesn't. It doesn't show your location.
Oh.
Yeah, you can pull it up if you want. We can look over.
What site are
this.
you using?
Flightradar24.com. It's the best flight radar.
Make sure it's not showing my address.
Yeah, it doesn't show your
Oh.
location or anything. There's no dot. You just actually it spawns in like the Middle East, and then you just move around to wherever you want in the world, and you can look at planes flying around.
Oh.
Yeah, it's literally just public black box data, pretty much. So, it's a cool ass site.
Okay, yeah, it's a little bit laggy because it shows like literally every.
Yeah, it's literally a live update
I swear
of
here's-
every plane and helicopter flying in the entire
I swear,
world.
I hear a flight over my house right now.
Let's see what it is.
If it wouldn't dox me, I don't want to reveal like right where I am, my exact coordinates.
Well, just go over Seymour and
See if there's anything. Let's see if there's anything flying over my. This looks like it's probably in about Seymour in this area here.
Yeah, probably gonna be one of those on the right there. Nah,
San Jose to Cincinnati. I doubt that's gonna
hear
be
that one. It's probably the one under that.
I'm just curious. Is there anything flying over my hometown right now? Cincinnati. Underneath it. We'll see what's around Seymour. There's bound to be.
Yeah, that little private jet's definitely the one that flew over you.
Seymour. There's Seymour.
Okay.
Jeez, look at all these.
Bro, how do you? Okay, you see Knoxville, right?
Yeah.
Just zoom in on Knoxville. Yeah.
Okay,
right,
it's somewhere around here.
Yeah, that one on the right. That's what just went over you. Yeah. Yeah, that went from
American
McGee
Eagle
Tyson,
up
that went
Airlines.
literally right over you.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Flight radar is so cool. You can just hear a plane and be like, I want to know what that was. You just right
estimated. Wow. Scheduled for 5:53. Didn't leave until 10:49.
That's horrible.
Wow. Hey, let's see what's going on over in good old Hazard, KY. Be right about here somewhere. There's Lexington, which means Hazard's gonna be over here. Oh, Chavez, that's where I grew up.
Wow.
That's where I was. It's basically the same thing as Hazard. Hazard, all right. Who's flying over Hazard right now? You're kind of close. You're gonna be flying over Hazard. But why is Dallas and New York flying over Hazard?
I never realized how small Hazard was.
It's way to Hazard. It's 5,000.
Yeah.
So this flight right here probably went over it too. I never realized how many big flights went over it. Like Nashville to Philly is going to over Hazard, I should say.
Mhm.
Look, this thing's moving quick.
Yeah, I mean.
I assume it's a little bit behind. I assume it is a little bit behind, so they might be over Hazard right about now.
I forget what the equivalent of knots to miles per hour is, but that's like 1.3 miles per hour per knot or something. So if they're going 500 knots, they're going like 800 miles an hour, or however that math works out.
Yeah, look at that. They're over Hazard.
Yeah. I like how there's just a town called Jeff.
Wattsburg. Oh, this is flying. Well, it's not really a town. It's more like a little neighborhood community. It's better be flying over Wattsburg. Wattsburg is where I was born. Atlanta to Syracuse is flying right over the town where I was born.
I bet there's some cool air traffic going on around Wonder Lake. They got some airports up there.
What's going on up in wonderful? That's in northern, right?
Yeah, it's to the right of Rockford.
Wonder Lake. There's Woodstock. There's Wonder Lake.
Yeah, Galt Airport, man. It's our local airport.
I mean, this dude's gonna be flying right around it, probably.
Yeah. Who's that dude?
Alt Lake to Chicago.
Wow, yeah. Going to Chicago.
Oh, so they're gonna be descending. Yeah, they're gonna be descending before too long. Most likely.
Well, of course, you got all the planes going in and out of O'Hare and Midway in Chicago.
So there's an actual giant called Wonder Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Get the name from?
Well, see, the water is so tainted, so disgusting, so black and wretched with filth that if you were to put your finger, say, this deep into the water, you would not see the tip of your finger. So you just gotta wonder what's in there.
Look at all these.
Yeah, that's the airport right
Oh,
there.
see how you can see them moving around. You can see them moving around the runway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, this isn't just arrived like a few minutes ago. Nashville.
Wow. Dallas.
Yeah.
Dixon, Dallas.
I wonder if you could, like, track one full time, like taking off.
Yeah, you totally could. You can.
So this
you can
was
track them beginning to end.
okay. So Chicago's an hour behind, right?
Yeah.
So so they're getting ready to take off in like literally less than a minute because it's
Yeah,
about to
literally
be
right now.
11
Yeah.
here.
I mean, you can see they're literally
You
taxiing
just want
out.
to track. You just want to track this flight.
Yeah, let's track a UPS plane.
Like a UPS plane traveling
Actually-
from Chicago to Philly.
You can't tell because of the map, but that side of the airport they're on is, I think, exclusively owned by UPS. There's like a few buildings over there that I'm not sure what they're for, but they have quite a few UPS hangars on that side that are just exclusively for mail, and they have literally just a fleet of
Okay.
Boeings parked side by side, just taking mail.
Germany.
Yeah.
FedEx. Another FedEx.
Hmm.
Also, they're like actual exact plane that's going over your house
Yeah.
or whatever. Or there. Oh.
Oh, hold up! I think our boy's
Here we
taking
go.
off.
This is the. Oh, this is about to come in. Who's that
Oh.
coming in?
Oh yeah, they probably gotta wait for them to land.
Albany, Chicago. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm
Still to be
betting.
taking off right this very minute.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough space to
Oh,
take
yeah,
off
taking
from
off.
that side, so he's probably gonna taxi to. Is he? Nice. No, he's turning. So
Says
he's
he's went 2 kilometers.
yeah. So he's gonna taxi out to the runway, and then when that plane lands and gets cleared, he's gonna make a left and take off that way, and then circle
Uh-huh.
around and go up to
Who's
Philly
this coming in?
because he don't have enough space to take
New
off
York
the
to
other
Chicago's coming in.
way. Oh, yeah, he might have to wait for them too.
Who else is going on around Chicago right now? Chicago to Vegas on United.
Of course, there's always a flight to Vegas, London.
Chicago to London.
Shit, you trying to make a trip to
A,
Chicago in 10 minutes so we can go fly and see
13-hour
Jamie Hayter?
13-hour flight.
7,000 kilometers.
Chicago to Denver taking off. Go to Denver. Looks to be taking off right about now.
I almost went to Denver one time. That's a story I gotta tell on the show sometime.
There's Dallas coming in. Another one coming in too from Philly.
Oh, our boy's moving a little bit.
All right, let's see what's I want to see what's Louisville, Lexington. Lexington is the I don't know. Lexington or Louisville, they're bigger. Okay, definitely Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Louisville.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, now Lexington. We flew out of Lexington to go to a FedEx, UPS, UPS. Wow.
Oh, well, that's the UPS Flight Training Center right there.
Dallas to Orlando to Louisville. It's just like every flight coming in with a delivery.
I guess. No one's leaving?
Okay.
Man, we can go all around the world with
We're in
this.
Lexington.
Like, we could see what kind of planes are flying over Bolivia right now.
You know where we gotta stop, right?
What the fuck? There's a town called Santa
Yeah,
Claus? Right
Yeah,
next to
Christmas
a
Lake
town
Village
called
in,
Lamar.
Oh man, okay. Let's random. Oh, is this like the place that runs it or something?
Uh, I guess. I like how you can see like the general traffic patterns just by like, the direction the planes are going. Dude,
Like, look at all
oh
of one
my god, so
coherent
many
line,
people are
dude.
going to Japan.
Oh my
Bro!
Look at this.
How do they handle that many planes? It's ridiculous.
Sold to Hanoi.
Yo, what's flying over India right now? If you go for the Middle East, you can usually find some
hopefully
cool military planes.
Orange, like we had already. That's what it is.
Ooh.
Bro, it's frozen. There we go.
Yeah, you're kind of intermittently freezing, but you know it's all right.
Yeah, let's see what's going on. You know, Afghan and up to
Oh,
Dan.
dude,
We need to
it looks like someone's flying into Dushanbe there. Oh, they're going to London?
Tajikistan. Here we go.
From New York to Delhi. Bro, imagine being a New Yorker trying to fly to India, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got a layover. It's in Tajikistan."
This one is like New Delhi. Game, you know, have military system.
I'm gonna be honest. Not much audio came through right there.
Maybe over in Iran. I'm trying to see, like, why would there not with this side or something? Like, part of the Middle East are we putting bases in now?
I think we're taking bases out, aren't we? It's kind of our thing. Is getting the fuck out of there.
Huh.
I like how if you look at Ukraine, there's just nothing. Just no planes.
Flying over Syria right now. Oh, over here.
Why the fuck won't this let me zoom in?
Who's over Israel?
Hopefully Palestine.
Tel Aviv to not available, so it might be. Where?
Fort Lauderdale to Tel Aviv. Wild.
20 feathers.
Trying to see if I can find a military plane.
Calling him, I just said probably the most controversial thing ever, and you just, or at least that I said, and you just brushed it right over.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, when I said, well, I wonder where they're flying to out of Israel, and you said where?
Palestine?
What was your answer? And I said, how do you fly somewhere that doesn't exist?
Oh. Oh yeah, I didn't hear that. Damn.
Yeah. How can you fly somewhere if it literally physically does not exist.
I mean, it does. It was the original country, and then the Jews came in and were like, but our God
Moved to
promised us
Paris.
4,000 years ago. And it's like, only 4,000? There's promised it 2 million years ago.
It's not over right now.
Oh! Oh, I just remembered something. Oh, I
A
gotta...
whopping
Hold
team-
on. Okay, we're
What?
almost done with the episode here. We've done enough time. I just remembered something I have to bring up really quick. I gotta screen share this for you. So, just
Hey?
shit. Alright, yeah, we're taking flight radar down for a second. I got something hilarious to show you. We're gonna go,
Hey?
okay, let's see. Is it... Okay, it used to show up on the top. Is that enough? Yeah, there we go. This is the gym I used to
boy.
go to right here. This is my favorite Planet Fitness in the entire world. Jury convicts a Woodstock man of exposing himself to a woman he followed in gym in Woodstock. A jury convicted
Oh,
23
wow.
a 23-year-old man of following a random woman and exposing himself to her while they were inside a fitness center in Woodstock, the Planet Fitness. Adele Castaneda Carreno, 23, of Woodstock, was charged in October 2023 with a public indecency by lewd exposure, Class 8 misdemeanor. A jury was held on Monday. That's 4 or 5 days ago now, or something. No, that was like a week ago. Yeah, the charges stem from that. He followed a woman in there, right? Went to the spa area, which if you've ever been to a Planet Fitness, the spa is this little like private area tucked into the corner. So like follows her in there, and I guess this doesn't really go into too much detail. I read another one. Basically, I guess she was like getting a massage on the massage bed, and he just walked over there and just whipped it out. And you know,
Real quick, tell me, why is my keyboard refusing to work? Like, if I'm typing G to go to Google, it, like, tries to go to, find on page. If I tap, like, D for Google Docs, it just bookmarks the page. What's going on? Do you know how to fix that?
no, I have no idea. See, whenever that happens to me, I just unplug my keyboard. But you have a laptop, so you can't do that.
Right.
But, anyways, what's
If
crazy?
I press escape, it brings up... What?
What's crazy about what that guy did is, like, here's the thing, right? I think if that guy saw this girl and just went up to her and just started chatting with her and tried to be a nice guy, right? Probably could have had a chance, you know? But this dude was just so overtaken by the horniness that he's like, I'm just gonna walk up to this woman, I'm gonna pull my dick out, and she's gonna fall in love. What? Bruh. Landy! What? Come on. Alright, I've been waiting for a moment to butt this in, but I guess I'm not gonna get it. Or, well, I got it.
I don't know
Never
what
mind.
happened there.
Okay.
Oh, now we're working again. I don't know what happened, but yeah, keyboard's working again.
Okay.
Had a seizure there for like a couple seconds. My computer did. Oopsie.
It's
All right.
the electric gremlins, or goblins, or whatever I called them.
I think you called them goblins.
Yeah, electric goblins.
All right. How long are you recording for? Just curious.
You know what, I'm actually gonna have to check
Virgin
OBS,
chili.
because it might be like down to the second perfect. Why
Really?
the fuck is...
I just have a knack for that.
I didn't realize I still had Unreal open. Oh, okay. No, we're a few minutes over. We're fine.
Okay. I can't wait for the day where we record like 3 hours worth, and you're just like, "Oh, I forgot to record."
No,
I'm just waiting for the day you actually forget to record.
no. See that'll never happen, and let me tell you why. Every time we sit down to start recording, right? Usually you'll be like, all right, I'm ready, and we'll sit here and we'll talk for like 2 or 3 minutes before I'm like, okay, I'm ready, and then we actually start. Whenever you say you're ready, I pull up OBS, I hit record, I make sure it's recording, and then we'll sit here and talk for however long, and then when we actually start the episode, that's where I edit it down to. But I always wait for you to like. You just always instinctively say you're ready at some point, like right when you get on.
Yeah.
I just start recording at that point, no matter what.
Okay, so I can remember that. Use that to my advantage.
Yeah.
Right. Got anything else you want to say, Tommy boy?
Nah, you can have them, Landy.
Shout out Bo, shout out Larry, shout out Chrissy, shout out to Jigasang, shout out KFC, shout out KFC Australian Girl, shout out Sean, shout out Beanie, shout out Claire, shout out Water, shout out Milk, shout out Dr. Pepper, shout out Osmarita's not sponsored, shout out Flight Tracking, shout out Jamie Hayter, shout out Jamie Hayter, shout out Megan Bain, shout out Megan Bain, shout out Megan Bain one more time, and that being said, remember to use your signal, tip your waiter unless they suck. Also remember, How I Met Your Mother really ended the way it did. I'm sorry I had to ruin your day.